All right, let's get into it, everybody. Hello and welcome to the stream. Let me go ahead and turn that off right there. Bam! Welcome, everybody. It's time for some VR, man. You know, life is a struggle. Let me go ahead and let you guys look at something here. Life is a struggle. I literally was just about to start the stream. Oh, thank you so much for the host. I was just about to hit the start button. I reach for the start button. My whole entire machine goes off. It restarts the whole entire machine. Now, here's some little bit of life advice for you. Don't have children. They drive you insane. They're disrespectful to their mother. My kids were driving me crazy. Oh, thank you so much for the host. Right off the bat tonight, I rest before the stream. First thing I hear is my wife telling my daughter 5 times to do the same thing. And she's like, okay. And 5 minutes goes by. She still hasn't done it. She hadn't even thought of doing it yet. So I had to get in there and take that shower because, of course, she's sucking up all the time for her sisters to take a shower, too. Here's some life advice. Don't have them. They drive you crazy. They make you old. They give you white hair when they can't do the basic stuff. I'm telling you. You guys know what I'm talking about in the chat, I'm sure. You know what I'm talking about. I see Amethyst hanging out in the chat. I see Raz. Who else we got in there? I see RW Max saying, hey there, Kismet. What's up? Yes, says Neon Root. Yes, it's always a struggle, everybody. I literally, sorry, I'm getting my headset aimed forward. I got to hear in my lap right now. Basically, it's always a struggle to be a streamer. You guys know what it's like. Basically, just trying to get to work right before the stream is always something. Goes off the rails. Thank you so much to Engage, RW Merch. We've also got, again, Amethyst, Josie, Dark Angel, hosting the channel. We got Raz in there right at the top. Raz always right there. Right on top of that. It was funny, I was working on my stuff today, and of course I'm improving it. If you guys saw my Twitter I sent out, which I do need to send out a tweet here at some point. My Twitter I sent out reach over here. Let me reach over here and send it out. Let's do it. Yeah, so I'd sent out a tweet on what I see in game, which is pretty awesome. I can see all your guys are in VR. I can see all you guys' alerts. I can see the chat. I can see all that kind of cool stuff. That takes a lot of work to make that work. All right, there we go. Day 2 mega run. Tweet it. There we go. My mods are like, Kismet, don't forget to tweet. All right, I tweeted. So you guys can get those Kiz caps tonight. And we're going to be doing giveaways tonight. We're going to be doing a whole bunch of epic stuff. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Yes, I hope I didn't talk to myself. I got my microphone actually kind of a little bit behind me because I got to move it back for when I'm streaming. But yes, so we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. And thanks everybody for hanging out. And again, we have tons of giveaways to give away. Now we're going to get into the serious stuff this week. We're going to be giving out some games. We're going to be giving out some gift cards, a whole bunch of epic stuff this week leading up to Christmas. So you guys are going to get a ton of epic loot. But first, of course, we're going to play some Fallout VR. Now, I have had lots of fun playing some Fallout 4 VR. It has taken me a week or some more longer to get everything set up and to kind of fine-tune it so you guys can see it in the highest quality while we're playing as well. So I'm going to have lots of fun. Hopefully, you're going to have lots of fun watching. So let's dive in to some VR. You ready? I'm going to go ahead and move back into my little VR square. Whee! All right, I'm back here. Now, you might notice, get my wheels turned the right way. There we go. Now, you might notice that I'm playing seated down. Or sitting. There we go. That's the proper word for that. I'm playing seated. Now, a lot of people have a problem with their microphone. Mine is on a arm. If you want to see it, there it is. See, mine has this arm that it holds onto and a little shockproof thing here. So when I bump it, it doesn't make terrible noise for you headphones users. Now, I've got a cord coming off of there, which I need an extension for my headphones, because I'm not using the headphones in here so that I can see or hear and see your guys' alerts. In the thing itself. So this thing's pretty easy to put on. You just put it on your face first. You pop it over here. Oh, I popped up a menu by hitting it with my arm, I think. And then we're ready to go. Now I've got my little controllers in here. I'm going to go ahead and hit that button again to get rid of that. And man, are we in VR or what? We're ready to go. We're ready to go. Now, if anything goes crazy in the stream, you let me know. Look at Dog Meat. He's over there. He's mid yawn right there. Now, the most annoying thing is this cord that you have to deal with all the time. Now, I've got it on this side this time. And I feel like it's getting pulled by my headphones. Yep, my headphones are getting pulled by it. Let me go ahead and rearrange it. Now, it's like a little dance you do with all these chords. You've got to maneuver them in such a way. Ooh, look at the stars. Look at the stars. You got to maneuver them in such a way that everything is kind of put in such a way where you can kind of move around. Now, I'm just going to kind of sit forward, and I'm going to use my controllers here. As you can see, I've got the two controllers. I've got the Pip-Boy on the left, and I've got on the right here, which is your gun and all of that stuff. Now, I have a tendency to hit this cord, so I got an extension coming for this cord so I can run it behind me so I don't have it in my way all the time. I can also see the chat. I can see your alerts, and I can see the time and all that kind of cool stuff over there. Again, just me with a host. Thank you so much for that, host. Let's catch up in chat. Let's see. We got Buckmist in the chat. So say, I know that, Mike. Exactly. The Blue Yeti. Really fantastic, Mike. Hellboy says, okay, it's better now when he moved the mic. Yes. Actually, I didn't move the mic. I moved my face. That's the better way to do it. Yeah, it's hard to hear. Yeah, it's probably because my face was aiming away from the mic. And I was in front of the mic as opposed to behind it. Because I have it going in what's known as a frontal cone. So it goes like this. So you don't pick up anything else except for me talking. Buckman says, hey, Kismet, a stream question, or VR. I've noticed, and I'm not for sure if you can fix it or not, that because of...
You got a window on the right side of the screen.
I got a window on the right side of the screen? All right. I've noticed that that you can fix it or not, that because your sit-down setup for Fallout 4, you're very zoomed in on the game. It's hard to see most of the interface and what you're doing with the controllers compared to other Fallout 4 streams to something you're aware want to change. Well, right now, I have it where pretty much you can see what I see, right? If I'm looking forward, you can see what I see, and this is pretty much what I see. You're seeing the same thing that I see. It's not really zoomed. It's actually the same width as you would normally see on any other streams. Most of the streams, by the way, don't run it through a high-res filter like I do. You can see more of the screen on my screen than most people's screen. So I don't know what you're talking about because mine is a bit next level, as you like to say. Yeah, my little thing keeps popping up. There we go. Okay. Oh, okay. Want to be like that, do you? Want to be like that, do you? Hold on a second. It's being feisty. I'm just going to tuck it down here in the corner. Tuck it down here in the corner. It's going to let me. There we go. All right. All right. Now, this stuff is not easy because it's constantly something that you're fixing. There's constantly like, because I have about 10 programs running just to make all this stuff work, because it's got to go through my main machine, my main VR machine, and go to where you guys are at, as well as I got to be able to hear the sounds. I got to be able to hear the alerts. I got to be able to see the chat. Just hit my microphone. Let's raise it up a little bit. I got to see the chat. I got to see all of that, and I've got to make sure that you can see what I'm looking at, right? So if I'm looking straight ahead, great example of it is you put it on your head and you look straight ahead at the menu in this case. And then I look at the screen to see if you guys see what I see. Yep, you guys see exactly what I see in the screen. Now there's a little bit more that I can see by looking down and by looking up, but it's not zoomed. It is actually at the exact width of VR. Now VR actually is very high up. When they're doing it very high up, I could squeeze it and you can get a little more vertical space, but not any more width, because that's the exact width and the exact width of what I'm looking at. And there's just a little bit, probably about this much more vertically wise. Now, it's very, very tall though. And if I squished it, then everything would be squished, which kind of sucks. But I do appreciate that question. Now, again, if I miss your comment or question, throw it in there again, because if it does scroll by, I can't scroll back. So there you go. Let's see. Hey, Hellboy, what's up? I tried. Not getting an echo. I know that mic. Let's see. OBS is blocking some of the screen. I've got it handled. Thank you, everybody, for the heads up. Appreciate that. Mods backing me up. Yeah, I don't know. I watch other Fallout 4 streams, and they seem like you can see more of the game for some reason. Shrugs. Oh, well. Well, thanks, Buckmist. Appreciate it. Now, just a heads up. My mod's going to throw it in the chat. Only need to throw it in the chat at the beginning of the stream. Thank you, Chewy. that this is a VR game, and sometimes you will get a little bit of motion sickness. Now, I have sleep apnea and vertigo. It doesn't bother me as long as I'm sitting still and I am not doing great moving. I've watched a lot of people do VR, and they're constantly spinning. They look behind us, they're turning around, they're doing a lot of movement. I think that is not a good idea, personally, for me anyway, to do a lot of quick movement. So I've got it set so I can sit and do this. Actually, this is reduced down, actually. I have it at 0.8, I think it is. 0.8 zoom level of the 100% zoom level it comes with. But I will tinker with it. I do love feedback on the stream. I will tinker with it, see if I can get you guys some more that you guys can see. Because I want to be at the height level of them. This is why. See, a lot of people, what happens is they're very tall or they're very low. Now, you got to stand. See, I'm right at the edge of Sturgis. See, I can look him right in the eye, right? So if I talk to Sturgis...
I just want to trade a few things.
See, I'm at eye level with Sturgis. See, if you're sitting, what it does, it puts you really low, and you feel like you're in a wheelchair, or you feel like you're in a chair the whole time. So I've worked a lot on getting that to work. But again, I do appreciate
Most people
the
are good at breaking things. I enjoy putting them back together.
I enjoy breaking stuff. So that's we're a good match, Sturgis. All right, now again, on the left-hand side here is the Pip-Boy, and that is going to allow me to move. Notice how the little green circle is moving. That allows me to move. On the right-hand side, I've got my weapon, which actually looks like this little controller here. And on there, I have the ability to turn without me having to physically turn. Again, I was watching some people, and they turn really fast. Notice how I will turn very slowly, or I will just angle my head a little bit, as opposed to rapidly turning. Now, the one problem that I have with the VR, I really like everything about it, but there's one problem that I dislike, and that is the jarring turning like this. Now, that happens when I use the other side, this one over here, to turn. So I don't physically have to turn, right? I can just use it to turn. I wish that was a lot smoother. I wish you could hold the button down, which you can use to change your weapon. But I wish you could hold the button down and very smoothly turn instead of jump. I think that's the only thing that I would change about the game. But other than that, it's time to do my favorite thing, of course, and that is scrap the heck out of stuff. Now, I'm going to actually put this controller down a little bit, and I'm going to aim the right controller right here. Notice like a little laser beam. So I can right-click it, and then it says, do I want to scrap? So I can go ahead and scrap, boom, pull the scrapping like this. Now, I'm going to try to look at what I'm talking about so you guys can see it. So you should be able to see it says scrap tire, hit scrap, or cancel. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and just very quickly do that. As you can see, I can go ahead and do that. Then I can use the right hand to switch between these, or I can hold down the trigger button, this button underneath here, this kind of trigger button, and allow me to jump places, right? So I can go ahead and jump out this way, and I can go ahead and turn. Turn a little bit. Oh, I got to not aim at something. When you're trying to turn, by the way, you don't want to aim at something because it won't let you turn because it thinks you're trying to do scrap. So you've got to aim away. Then you can go ahead and turn. Then it's very situational on what you can do. So if you're aiming at something, it might cause that to happen. Need me to cover retweets, says Jazz Sands. There you go. Got the 5 retweets going on. Nice job, everybody. Nice job. Again, if you do have a comment or question, feel free to throw it in there. Make sure to put my name in there. Got your first ban. Uh-oh. You got timed out? Uh-oh. Don't get timed out, everybody. I don't want you guys to miss out on all the giveaways. We have epic giveaways coming up. I was looking through, by the way. Let's get going scrapping here. Watch this. This whole house going bye-bye. Bye-bye, house. There we go. What I saw yesterday was some people coming in the stream and then being rude and then getting timed out and getting removed from the stream right when we're about to do the most epic giveaways. I think that's hilarious to myself. I don't know why you would do that. I mean, the point of me being Kiz Kringle in the first place is so to give back to all the epic people in the community. But I guess that does still hold up because all the epic people are left and all the people who just can't control themselves are gone. So don't test my mods. My mods do not make the rules, just so you know. My mods don't make the rules. I make the rules. And if you break the rules, it is my stream, and I will remove you for it. Don't do it. I hate banning people. I really do. I wish we could just chill out, have a good time, play some games. That's what I want to do. Wow, okay. A little too much turning there. And have some fun. Now, again, as somebody with vertigo, you've really got to watch out that you don't overdo it. And yesterday was about the right amount of time to play. Started getting a little dizzy toward the end. I would say like a 2 dizzy. Nothing really bad. Nothing as bad as me going up and down some stairs. That's pretty bad. There we go. So yeah, pretty fun. Pretty fun to play this game. I really love it. It's a whole nother way to play some Fallout 4. And this, if you have not tried the VR, not tried the Sony VR, or the HTC VR, sorry, my bad. I always think it's a Sony for some reason. I don't know. I don't know, my brain. But, yeah, the HTC Vive is incredible. I mean, it totally looks three-dimensional. Look at this beautiful sun. Look at this beautiful, look at that tree I can get. Bam! Later, tree. So, yeah, and I've got a bunch of food here. We'll deal with food later. Now, we're going to be doing some settlement stuff later on. We're going to go over here. We're going to zap some things. I'm sure you guys can see that, right? Show me in the chat. Hit a 1 in the chat if you can see me scrapping stuff. Can you see me scrapping stuff? Can you see what I'm doing? Put a 1 in the chat if you can see what I'm doing. Because I love feedback. I don't mind it at all. But I did work very, very hard to make my stream the best VR stream out there. To try to make it a whole next level. So yeah, look at this bottle. I can move it around. Put it over there, which I think is super cool. We can go ahead and right tab. Hold on, let me back up. On the right side here, if we aim at it, you can see there's a little thing. Oh, and of course now it doesn't show up. Of course. There it goes. Okay. You can go ahead and on the right side, let me look down. On the right side there it says store. So you just go ahead and right tab it, and then it will come up and say you want to store it. You say yes. You guys know all this stuff. You know all this. Now, I love how I can stand way back here and just laser scrap stuff. I call this laser scrapping. Look at this. I don't even need to go over there. I can just sit right here without spinning my head around 5,000 times. I don't know how anybody could stand for 500 hours like I do. Like I play for 500 hours. There's no way I'm going to be standing for 500 hours. I just can't physically do it. I would get too dizzy and I would have to I'd have to stop a lot to do that. But again, if you improvise like me, and I'll do a video on how I have my setup so that you guys can see. You should be able to see all of this. You guys can. Okay. Jasmine says, woo, watching Kismet played is making me nauseous. Might have to go listen only soon. Well, sorry, everybody. I don't know how come you're getting nauseous. I'm barely moving. I'm barely moving. I'm literally just standing here shooting stuff with a laser. And I'm not even like physically moving. I'm more like just jumping from place to place like this. Again, if you have problems, then I suggest, like we do the warning at the top of the stream, if you can't handle VR, I'm sorry. I feel for you. Believe me, I do. I really do. I know all too well what it's like to have that kind of condition. But I find watching it actually more difficult, especially when people are turning their head a lot, right? Like I try to keep my head forward. I try to keep it straight and just do small little jumps. Now, those jumps are from the controller. There's nothing I can do to make that smoother. I wish there was. I wish there was a way to make this turning like this smoother. But that's just how it's designed. I can't redesign it. Frankly, I don't have the time. I don't have the time to go into the source code and redo it. So I will try to make it as good of an experience as I can. But again, if you are sensitive to it, remember VR does sometimes cause that problem. But again, I think when you're in the VR, it's less of a problem than if you're watching VR. At least personally for me, it is less of a problem for me. But again, if you do have an issue with VR, I suggest to come back at the end of the week, or just go voice only and just listen to me if you want. It's all up to you. They're your life choices. And again, see, I'm just barely doing it. Oh, yes! Super loot! Laser scrapping, everybody. Look at this. Let me hold this out a little bit more See, I have a tendency to hold it off screen. Even I can't see the controller, by the way. When I have it back like this, I can't even see the controller. I have a tendency to put my arms on my armrest. But if you want, I'll hold it out like this. Let me know in the chat. Do you want me to do this? Now, I'm actually going to store that doghouse there. I might use that for dog meat in a bit. If you would prefer me to hold it out like this, let me know in the chat. So 1 to hold it out, and 2, it doesn't matter. Let me know in the chat. And again, we can just pop around here and just laser scrap everything. Again, there I am putting my arms back again. Because you do get some fatigue after a while by holding your hand out. And I'm trying to avoid that fatigue as best I can. Now, also, again, like I was saying, my mods do not make the rules. Please follow the rules of the chat. Don't be disrespectful. Don't be fighting with my mods. That is the worst thing you can do. The worst thing you can do is start to challenge my mods. Again, mods do not make the rules. They are there to help me out, and I appreciate every single one who comes in, says, Kismet, I love what you do. You know what? I'm going to take the extra effort to help you out. That, you know, my particular mods, I go above and beyond for my mods. I send them stuff. I take them to TwitchCon. I do that, but not all mods get that from streamers. They come and help out just because they care, just because they enjoy the stream. Now, when you're disrespectful to them, now I don't care if you're disrespectful to me. I just tell them to ban you. If they're disrespectful to me, I don't care. But when you're disrespectful to my mods, remember, they're going above and beyond. They're taking their time out of their day to help out here in the stream. So please, 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 show them lots of love and respect in the chat. Because you know what? They are part of the reason why my stream is as successful as it is. They are part of the reason why I got partnered. It's because they were here for me. They helped me out. They were there behind the scenes, the unsung heroes, every time, all the time, to helping me out. And I appreciate every single person that helps me out. I appreciate every single person who comes in the stream, like all of you in the stream right now. I appreciate those people, and you should appreciate people in your life. You should appreciate the people who take the time to lend a hand. The people who are really your friends. The people who are really your friends will be there when you don't have a dime. Like right now, I have less than a dime. I have like 0 cash. See that meter up here at the top of the stream? That meter up there at the top of the stream means that I'm totally in debt now from buying this Vive and all of this stuff so I could play it live on stream for you. Now, if you are enjoying the stream, if you enjoy some of my tips tonight and would like to donate, you can donate via bits or you can donate via the donation. I've added a ton of new donation things as well. So you can have fun jump scaring me and doing all sorts of fun stuff up there. Check them out down below the stream. I worked on that for weeks and weeks and weeks, by the way, everybody. Getting all the sounds collected, redoing all of my alerts and all of that. You guys can check out all those new alerts and new fun stuff you can do. Now, again, we're going to be pretty mellow tonight. We're going to be doing a bit of scrapping. Don't worry, we're going to be doing questing too. We're going to be doing a bunch of that, but very touchy sometimes. But we're going to be doing a lot of scrapping. Look, I don't even have to go in the water. Look at this. I can beam some of that stuff from up here. I don't even have to go down there if I don't want to. Well, let's go down here on the rocks. And again, I try to look directly at it. Again, some of the things I've learned from just watching a little bit of other streams is to look directly at the thing. I've got lots of feedback as well from my mods and from you guys on what you want to see. If you have some feedback, don't feel bad. Go ahead and let me know. Don't feel like, be respectful, obviously. But I don't mind feedback at all. I don't mind at all. I worked very hard behind the scenes on the stream. Worked on it all day today. I added more stuff so I can see what time it is. It's now 9:41. I can see who the bit boss is. I am. I can see the bit cup. I can see your guys' alerts. I can see Jessamy 22 minutes ago hosted my channel, and along with Engage, RW Mech, Amethyst Laney, Josie, Dark Angel, Raz, all with the host getting the extra kids caps for those contests and giveaways tonight. Lots of epic stuff to give away, everybody. So get out there, retweet, get in there, host the channel. That's how you get those kids caps. That's how you get the sweet loot. Hey, Cool, what's up, man? Cool hanging out saying cheers in the chat. It would be a short fight. Fight, fight, fight. Mods, let's fight. It'd be a very short fight. Exactly, Chewy. It's called /timeout, and then if you keep doing it, /ban. There you go. Hellboy says, nah, I love you mods as much as Kismet. There you go. There you go. That's what I like to see, Hellboy. Arcade Dr. Bacon says, hey, mate, how's it going? It's going fantastic. I'm playing some games. Now, if I'm looking... Hit my mic again. If I'm looking over here, everybody, that is because I'm looking at the chat. Now, you can't see it. All you're looking at is some trees and some background over there. But what I'm looking at is I'm looking at the chat. I can see a bit of it. Now, if you guys want to see what I see, if you guys want to see my little panel, you can go ahead and check it out on Twitter. I did take a shot of it and put it up there. Of course, I see it in super clarity. When you're taking a screenshot of VR for some reason, it is fairly low quality on what you see. So I try to make it as high quality as I can, but there are limitations. Magic Wolf Lady saying hi in the chat. There we go. I can run you over with my wheelchair. Run him over with my wheelchair. There you go. Run him down. Man slaughtered by wheelchair assailant. Came in and ran him over. What's up, Preston? I don't want to talk to you right now. I'm busy. I'm busy. Again, look how mellow this is. This is some mellow scrapping, right? You just sit here and from afar, you shoot, right? And then you kind of get here in the doorway. And again, notice this little blue thing down here. This little blue thing down here is basically telling me where I move. And I'm holding down the trigger button, this right here. Holding down the trigger button. And then kind of moving. And then I just kind of look where I want to scrap. And I love this extra little bit of looking toward the direction really makes a difference in the game. It really changes the way... Excuse me, Cogsworth. Am I in your way, bro? Hold on. Let's turn around and look at Cogsworth. Where'd you go, brother? He went in that other room. I was in his way. Hold on. I got to move out of his way. Yeah, he's in there. Look at him. Look at him in there. I was in his way. He bumped me. I could tell. My whole entire screen bumped. But this ability just to look to the left and look to the right and to scrap stuff is like the coolest thing ever. I mean, it is awesome. It's a whole nother way of playing Fallout 4. It really does take it to a whole nother level. Notice how I had to aim a little bit higher than that thing that's when it's really close. Look at this. From across the room, I'm scrapping stuff. Now, also, I'm using this as a light. Notice how when I move it, the light... Oh, it's something else in my desk. Notice how the light changes. Again, I must not be centered. Hold on a second, everybody. I must not be centered because I hit my desk. Now, again, when you're doing some VR, now you might notice that I'm back away from the camera. I have myself zoomed in up there. I'm going to take my headset off for a second. I have myself zoomed in up there. It's because I'm back away from everything. The only thing that's over here is my mic. And this way, when I'm playing VR, I don't go like this, boom, and then I break a monitor. Right? That's the fastest way to break your TV, a monitor, your window, whatever it is. So I have myself in a virtual space here where I shouldn't really hit anything except for accidentally hitting my mic. All right, let's get back into VR. And they really did a great job, everybody. They really did do a great job on the Vive. It does feel 3D when you're in there. Now, you guys are getting a different experience than what I'm getting. You're looking at 3D from a 2D perspective. Right now, if you had the Vive, and if Twitch could send VR in its raw form, that would be awesome. Then you guys could see what I'm seeing. You could actually watch the entire game in 3D as I'm playing it, but you still get some of the feel, even if you're just watching it here on Twitch. Now, again, if you know somebody who has the Vive. Or if you know somebody, you can just kind of go over to their house and say, hey, you know what? I want to play some Fallout 4. Ooh, look at that. Look at that deal. Let's go ahead and store that, baby. Yes, we're going to sell that. Thank you so much. Again, I love the ability to look down and just do a little bit of looking, right? Again, I try not to move my head too quick. And again, I wish this turning was much smoother. And that's not my fault. Again, that's the controller over here. I've only got... That's my only choice. Ooh, look at Cogsworth outside. Spooked me out. Look. There was somebody outside the window, everybody. That was freaking me out. It was freaking me out a little bit. Now, you do find that I'm sitting here, and the thing has a tendency to slide down on my face, even though I go in and I try to adjust it before the stream and after the stream. I find you do have to readjust quite often. I'd say every, like, 15 to 30 minutes, so that you're looking in the middle of the headset. You've got to look in the middle of the headset, otherwise stuff starts to get blurry. But for me, once I have it dead on, everything is super crisp and clear. I can see the chat and everything over here as well. Let's see. Awesome, because Kismet is streaming. Thank you, Neon Root. Oh, I love to hear that. It's such nice stuff. Mods, go ahead and grab that from Neon Root and go ahead and put that, whisper that to me so I can put that in my nice things that people say. How's combat in VR? It's actually really good, Cool Ron. It's really good. The combat, if you're using VATS, you can go into the slow mode, right? Like here comes Preston. And see, I go into this like slow mode. Look at the rain coming down in slow motion. I don't know if you guys can see it, but the rain's coming down in slow motion, and I can aim toward different parts of Preston here and try to shoot him from here. It's actually really fun. I can also reload my weapon. Let's go ahead and highlight this so you guys can see me reload. There we go. I can also see my HP and AP, and of course how many bullets I have and how many bullets I have loaded. And again, I love the water, and I also like the fact that the bullet casing will come flying out of the weapon and come out in slow motion. It really does give you an amazingly great feel. Now, I don't like the fact that it doesn't say head, body, arm from where you're at. That does kind of throw me off a little bit. I don't know. I don't know what it is. There's my buddy Dog Meat. Like we can go into Dog Meat. And we can't choose Dog Meat. Oh, we can't shoot our companions. But look at Dog Meat in slow motion with the rain coming down. And again, this is super high quality for what I'm looking at. Now, you guys, of course, have gotten a lesser quality because I'm taking it and rebroadcasting it. Which is one of the problems with VR is there's not a really super high quality. And it can get really low quality as well in there. But I've worked very, very hard to make it as super high quality as possible for you guys. Try to get back into the thing here. Oh, my fingers are not cooperating. Oh, I want my light on now. Oh, it's trolling me, everybody. It's trolling me. I'm trying to get my light on. There we go. All right. Had to turn my light on and keep holding the button, and then I could go ahead and move around. Again, you have this kind of jumping that you can do. And again, you want to aim at the lights and stuff like that. Oops, see, I can get rid of that light. Get rid of both of these lights. You want to jump around when you're in this mode. Now, I would prefer to run around, but you don't have an option. There's no option while you're in here to run around or to jump around or, you know, kind of leap around, I guess is a better way to put it. So we'll go ahead and do that. Now, there's probably some stuff in there. There it goes. Contents transferred to the workbench. And we'll get over here and we'll get rid of the carpet. Let's see if there's anything else. Let's jump over this side. Then we'll turn around and look the other way. Now, we can also do a little bit of a trick here. If you don't want to run all the way around, you can try to get into the next room, but we'll just go ahead and pop over here. I think the most awkward thing in the VR is the turning. I think they should have made that a lot more fluid and better. That would be probably my biggest feedback for Bethesda, is to make the turning not so jumping like that. So when I'm turning and when I'm holding it, it's slowly turning and I can turn the threshold up as opposed to jumping like this. That would probably be my biggest feedback. But I'm loving it. I mean, it really does feel like you're in VR. And if somebody like me with vertigo, with sleep apnea can do it, I consider that a huge win. I consider that a really well done. Look at the bugs in here. The bugs flying around. Ooh, bugs. Bugs, bugs, bugs. All right, we'll go ahead and scrap this. Oop. Oop, what happened there? There we go, scrap. Scrap. How are we looking, mods? Everything looking good? Click somebody's name and then click whisper. How do you whisper? Yeah, you just click on somebody's name to whisper them. Check that name and whisper button will come up. There you go. That's right. Or you could, there's like a little button down below if you're on PC that you can just pull up a whisper thing. I think, speaking of feedback, the other feedback I would give is to Twitch and their whisper system, which I did when I was at TwitchCon, by the way. I did give them some feedback. Let's go ahead and get out of here so we can try to unlock this. Oh, I already did unlock it. Okay. Now, here's another cool thing. Here's another trick for you, by the way. Oop. Back into the workbench. There we go. Here's another trick for you, by the way. You can actually aim behind you to back up. So you don't have to turn around and then turn back the other way. It does save you a lot. Now, I've already cleared out this safe. I've found that safes, by the way, are one of the few things that you want to empty out before you scrap them, because sometimes you don't get the loot. And again, we can look up here in the sky. We can look for other stuff, see what we can find. I don't see anything else. I think we're good here. Again, look at this. Oh, it's so awesome. It is really awesome from the perspective of being in the headset. And again, oh, look at that moon. Looks like a red moon coming on. Red moon coming on. All right, so we got this house done. Let's just go house to house. Let's go ahead and head around this way. Again, we're going to do a bunch of leaping. Now, see, there's one way to go is this leaping like this. Now, I don't know. I think that makes your motion sickness worse, personally. But, again, that's what we can do. Now, back here in the corner, there's something we want to check out. We're going to go ahead and get out of our workshop mode. There we go. And then we'll go ahead and open. Go inside the cellar. Isn't that awesome? It's like this giant cellar. Right there in my face. All right. So here we are in the actual cellar itself. Hello, puppy. How you doing, little puppy? Are you doing good? Are you good? You're a good boy. You're a good puppy. That's pretty awesome, by the way, to see dog meat. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take the shovel. Now we can pick stuff up. So I can pick it up. I can turn it upside down by using my controller. I think it's actually, when it comes to this kind of interaction, the VR really makes it great. So I could pour out anything in there. And then, of course, I could take it and try to throw it over that way. I haven't figured out how to throw it. If somebody knows how to throw it, let me know in the chat. There we go. It turns out that you can fuddle with the one lookout amount and angle smoothing speed parameters in your Fallout preps in the VR section to make the turns less jumpy. Oh really? Well, whisper me that on Discord, Buckmiss, and I will try it. Just so you know, I have modified my ini file. Like normally when you go into your ini file for Fallout, it's like this big, right? It has like 2 lines on it, which tells your position. Mine is like 400 lines. I've gone in and redid all of the graphics, the quality of all of the stuff as well. Wow, look at the flickering in here. A lot of flickering in here. Nope. Puppy, nope. So yeah, I've gone in, redone all the lighting, redone a lot of stuff to reduce the problem that it had, because it was super blurry when I first got in here, and it really was distracting from the game. You could only see like just a little bit in front of you that was clear, and then everything else was super blurry. And I have a 1080. I mean, I have a really expensive card. I should not be having any of those issues, that is for sure. And I especially didn't, and especially since I have to rebroadcast it to you guys, I don't want you guys to see it even lesser quality, because when you rebroadcast, and of course, Twitch has to then condense it and then compress it to send it back out to you guys, so if you have even less quality of it as well. And you guys will see when I put it up on YouTube that, of course, it's much higher quality when you're watching it. Much higher quality. I can see it in much higher quality. Now, this is one of my favorite things, by the way, is the fact that you can use your gun side here to see what's inside these, like so. Again, sorry about the flickering, everybody. The light is supposed to do that in here, I believe. Try to get... See, the puppy keeps walking in front of my second...
Over here.
See, what happens is he walks in front of this side over here. He walks in front of this left side. And then it thinks I want to do it. The left side is the dominant side, by the way, on what you're doing. Let's go forward a little bit. That gold bar. Let's go
Lock's really strong.
Can't unlock that one. Let's crouch down. Now, by the way, there's no crouch animation, I noticed as well. And by the way, when you lock into something, the actual controller itself moves a little bit. It gives you like some feedback that you're actually locked in on that particular thing, which I really like. I think they really did a good job on that as well. And stand up. And I think we got everything in here. Okay, I think I've handled it. Oh, there's got a can up there. Got to get a certain distance from it. There we go. I think about as much as I can handle that light blinking. And now we're going to head out up into the Commonwealth. Awesome. Awesome. Message on Discord. Thank you, Buckmiss. Thanks for the feedback, bro. Appreciate it. Playing Fallout 4 while watching Kismet play Fallout 4. That's the way to do it. Fallout 4 Inception. And again, thanks everybody for hanging out. Blood Moon Rising, exactly, Chen. I think it's 7 days to die up in here. 7 days to die up in here. All right, so I think we need to go in this house here and work on that. So again, I like to walk. See, I like to walk like you normally would. I think that feels like a more genuine experience than to leap forward. And I can also run if I want to. If I wasn't overburdened right now, you know me. And I prefer to walk than to leap forward. Though when you are overburdened, the interesting thing is if you do that leaping, you do have a tendency to go faster. So watch this. If I do the leaping forward. Oh, no. Or not. No, it actually restricted me. I thought you could do it while you're overburdened. You can't. You have to just slowly walk yourself across. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Okay, well, then let's get out of there. That is hilarious. I thought I tried that earlier, but I guess not. But yeah, again, the combat is really fun. I think the toughest thing is when stuff gets behind you. But in my case, I have to sit still. Otherwise, I will get ill from moving too quickly. If I move too quickly, especially when I'm off heights, when I'm spinning around too quickly, of anybody's stream, my stream.
Welcome back, sir. I do hope you.
Yeah, I'll talk to you in a second, Cogler. Got to drop some stuff off. You will find that I move a lot less jerky than everybody else. And there we go. The workbench looks amazing in 3D, by the way. It does look incredible. Incredible. All right, here we are. And then we'll go ahead and tap the middle button here to store all that junk. We're at 231 of 250 now. We're just going to go ahead and offload a whole bunch of stuff. Now, doing the inventory is a little touchy. As you can see, I think it shouldn't change unless you actually click the button, as opposed to just swiping it. So you can see the little green circle. That's where my finger is. See how it just, like, if you barely touch it, it switches. I think that also should be adjusted, or at least give you an option to change. See that? Because that's going to happen the whole entire game, is the fact that it's just going to constantly accidentally put my switch my things there. So yeah, a little bit of feedback on the interface, but minor stuff at best. Minor at best. It's still really phenomenal. Really amazingly fun to play. See? See, I'm just trying to scroll up and down, and sometimes I'll accidentally go a little bit too far left and right because I can't see the controller, so I don't know where my finger is. I have to just guess. I have to just guess kind of where it's at. We'll come back and gear myself up a little bit later, but we want to go ahead and just kind of clear some stuff. See, that's going to get very old. That's going to get very old. Trigger, 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 trigger. I'm going to keep some rat away on me. And there we go. Again, I like to offload stuff. I like to offload stuff. Oh, I want that bobby pin back, though. Can't put in there. There we go. Now, on the other side, you click to switch from side to side. Which isn't too bad. And then what I want to do is get back that bobby pin, though. There we go. Because you always want to keep your bobby pins on you. And then back over here by pressing the button. And, oh, thank you so much. Who is that dropping the Dragon Hammer? Sly Shooter dropping the Dragon Hammer, crushing that follow button, becoming part of the Kismet Army. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Feel free to say hello in the chat. Appreciate you hanging out. Who do we got? Jack Paradox in the chat says, how can you stream this game in full screen? Why, when I started, it shows me an ugly window, Kismet. Exactly, Jack. And that's what I spent 5 days doing. I spent 5 days making it so that everybody on the stream could have one of the greatest VR experiences. Now, I'll be doing a video on it. On how I get it to work. Now, it takes a lot of programs. Right now, I have about 10 programs running just on my gaming machine, not considering also my other machine, which is my streaming machine. I take the video and I run it through another copy of OBS. So I can composite things in there like the playthrough in OBS, and then, of course, play it back in full screen and then run that full screen over to my streaming machine. So if you're having trouble, what you want to do is load OBS in the background. And now, see, you've got a problem, though, if you're streaming on the same machine that you're also doing Fallout 4 on. What you want to do is you want to grab that window and then put it into OBS and then make it sized so you get in the same width so everybody can see what you're looking at, right? The most important thing is that everybody can see. See, when I'm looking at this, like this, you guys should be able to see exactly what I see. And you guys pretty much what I see what I see in there. And I kind of turn my head a little bit to look at each side so you guys can see that. But pretty much what you see is what I see. You're seeing the entire thing that I'm looking at pretty much, except for a little bit on the left, a little bit on the right, and then a little bit up and down. And I will try to find a way to make that even more, because you got to think, for me, it's actually rounded. It's actually rounded in thing. You guys are looking at it flat in 2 dimensionals. I'm looking in 3 dimensionals, and it's actually the display is rounded in both directions. So it's kind of like a sphere around me that allows me to look at it. And I try to aim my vision, what I'm looking at, so you guys can see what I'm doing across everything. And again, I will continue to work on it. I've been working on it for 5 days, redid everything, and try to find a way also where I can see my chat. I can see my chat in here. I can see my alerts. I can see Pimp of the Dead put 5 bits into the bit cup. I can see the bit cup now, too. It's pretty cool. I see you took 5 bits off me. Now, of course, if you are the bit boss at the end of the night, you will, of course, get 10,000 Kiz Caps. We owe 10,000 Kiz Caps to our person last night, mods. So let's not forget that, because I forgot. It was my bad. That was my bad. It wasn't my mods. So, yeah. That is how I do that. I run it through OBS. If you have a dual setup, Jack Paradox, here's what you do. Run another version of OBS behind all your VR stuff. Now, I'm also using another VR program that actually superimposes my chat and all my alerts and everything into the VR world. Now, you guys can't see it. I'm looking at it right now. You guys cannot see it. All you guys see is the side of the thing and the house across the street. But I can actually see the chat, and I can see all that. If you guys want to see what it looks like, go check out my Twitter, twitter.com/Kismet, B like Bravo, P like Papa, Kismet BP. My mods will throw it in the chat for you. Go check it out up there. You guys can see what I'm seeing. So that's the way to do it. Create another version of OBS, put it in there, and then tell it to play it full screen on your primary machine. Then what you do is you go to your secondary machine, which of course is already showing your gaming footage, and then of course you can see it in full screen like that. So basically what you're doing is you're projecting it from OBS into full screen. So you're grabbing it from Fallout 4, which is running in its own window, putting it into OBS, and then from OBS going full screen. You're welcome. You're welcome. Another Kismet tip for you today. There you go. There you're at. See, I don't mind sharing. See, some people, you know, they're the kind of streamer like, well, I don't want to tell people all my secrets and I don't want to help people. I went into somebody's stream when I was very, very young as a streamer, by the way. I went into somebody's stream and I was asking them a question on how they, how they do their setup and all of that stuff as a new streamer, right? And I just, I said, well, how do you do your setup? How do you do all your stuff? And they literally said, you know what? Why don't you just go Google it? And I'm like, oh my God, did that guy just say that? Did he just tell me to go Google it? I was about to hit the subscribe button too, because the guy seemed pretty cool or whatever. And then I asked him a question and he seemed like the rudest jerk ever after that. And I was like, wow, that would have literally taken you 2 seconds to tell me that, or just say, sorry, I don't answer questions on stream. You don't have to be an a-hole about it. I mean, if he said, well, I don't like to answer stuff on stream, I'm like, hey, that's cool. I'm okay with that. It's not like I was advertising my stream or anything like that. I was just asking him a question on how he did his setup, because he had really cool alerts and stuff like that I wanted to know about. Thanks, bro. You're welcome, Jack Paradox. Hopefully it helps you out, man. Now, again, make sure you go in and modify very heavily your ini file so that you can, of course, have the height level. Notice I'm sitting down yet. I'm at eye height of them. Notice that, of course, all of my views and everything allows you guys to see what I see as well. So let's go ahead and get back to what we're doing. I think we did pretty good. Now we're down to 40. That's good. We're down to 40 right there. Looking good. Now, again, we have all of this stuff down below here. That does get cut off when I'm looking up. All right, so let's get out of there. Bam. We got that going on. Let's go ahead and go in this house while we're here. And turn that off. Turn that on. And workbench. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and get to some more scrap. And again, we're going to be pretty mellow. Just scrapping everything in here. Now, I find this house useless. And I find everybody banging on the house very annoying. Now, in our current playthrough on Fallout 4 non-VR, for the very first time, I am using mods. Now, you might be like, Kismet, what the heck, bro? It's been out for like 2.5 years and you haven't used mods yet? No. I do not rush my gameplay. What some people do, and I've been watching people play Fallout VR a little bit, and they just rush the entire story. They're like, you know what? I'm going to get this done in like 5 days. I'm going to rush through the entire game in 5 days and go as fast as possible. Of course, they don't realize they're making everybody sick in their stream because they're just like running from one thing to the next thing and they're turning around very, very quickly. Again, this turning thing here, not my fault. Not my fault. That's default turning. But I'm not turning my head a lot. See, my head is staying straight. I'm using the controller to turn left and right. Hey, Dogme, do me a favor, bro. You know, go take 5 somewhere or something, you know? Puppy, do you mind? Do you mind? I'm trying to do something here. I got an idea. Hold on. How do I cancel that? Is there a way to cancel that? There's no way to cancel it. Go ahead and turn it and aim it behind me. I love this how you can aim it behind you. It's that guy. It's that guy. Okay, let's get out of the workbench. Let's go ahead and command Dogme.
Heads up.
Go over there.
Move here.
Now stay
Wait there.
Now, I got to remember to come back to get dog meat. Otherwise, I will have no companion. But there we go. Now, the other funny thing I find about Fallout 4 is whenever you go to do something, like in this case, I'm in here scrapping this area, right? That's when all the NPCs want to come in and be close to you or something. I don't know what it is. They'll come in, they'll bump into you, they'll stand right next to you. Watch this as I go in here. Let's go ahead and scrap that. And dude, he comes in here too. Comes in here to chill out because he's not doing anything. He's slacking right now. And I've got to give him a job. I've got to get my settlements going. Now, if you've never seen my stream before, my name is Kismet. I'm a variety streamer. I do play a lot of Fallout 4. I play some 7 Days to Die when I can. When I can. And a lot of other fun games like that as well. I have been playing some Warframe, which is actually a really fun game, by the way. Yeah, get out of that chair so I can scrap it, you slacker. And then I'm going to move over here. And turn around. And really fun games, but I thought I would try out the VR here. And I was trying to raise some funds for it, as you can see by that bar right there at the top of the screen. If you are enjoying it, feel free to consider donating $1 or whatever you can afford, or you don't have to. I don't require anybody to donate, but I do appreciate those who do. And I said, you know what? There's an awesome deal going on it. Thanks to my mod, Josie, who let me know. That you get a $100 gift card for Amazon, and you could also get the Vive and Fallout 4 VR all at the same time, which I think is an amazing deal. Because if you think about it, you save $60 because you get Fallout 4 VR with it, right? And then also you get $100 back, so that's $160 back, which of course allowed me to buy the poles and stuff that I use to hold up the sensors and all of that as well. Stop banging on that. Can I scrap Mama Murphy? I can move Mama Murphy. Oh, look, move our supply line. Oh, look at that. Oh, I didn't know that. Look at that, everybody. See how it says move or supply line on the circle wheel. Like, I can't move Mama Murphy, but this dude right here, I can move that dude. See, I could move him if I wanted to. What? Oh, no! Oh, no, everybody! Oh, no, I can't move them. Oh, no, they didn't make it where you could move them in the VR version. Oh, that sucks. Now, the reason why I move them is because they sit here and they bang on this house, which drives me insane. I can't handle it. Either fix the house. Oh, cancel. Either fix the house or stop banging on it. That's what I'm saying, right? So this dude right here, normally in the regular version, the vanilla version of Fallout 4, I could move him now. They've changed it where you can move him to like another settlement. Same thing with Sturgis, same thing with everybody else. It might not be, I can't move him yet. I probably can't move him yet until I've done Corvega, which is what we'll do later on tonight. We'll go ahead and do some Corvega. We'll get that quest from Preston over here. Look at this long-range scrapping. Scrap sign, yeah. Now watch this. By the way, if I bump my head, I can actually move the interface, which is super cool as well. Because it's going to be wherever I'm looking. Now that tree's a little bit too far away, so I'm going to go ahead and hold down the left trigger over here and aim my direction, which way I'm going here. There we go. There we go. And I'm going to go in and try to make my turning a bit smoother for you guys as well. Now, I've been working on my Fallout 4 VR stream nonstop since last Sunday. I have been working on getting it ready and fine-tuning it so it's in really high quality. Because it would suck to play this through completely blurry the whole time. I think they should have made a program that auto-detects what kind of graphics card you have and then optimize it. Now, I went in and looked in the GeForce Experience to see if there was any optimization in there yet. I did not see it in there yet, unless they came out with it today. Last time I went and checked for that, and I didn't see anything. I would imagine since it's so new, but, you know, we've known it's going to be coming out for the last 6 months, so you think they could have preempted it a little bit. But yeah, they got a lot of bad reviews because of that fuzziness problem. And again, I will try to do a video. I might try to do a video tomorrow. Throw a video together. Because I know a lot of you are having the same problem. A lot of you might want to stream Fallout 4 VR. A lot of you are just having a low quality graphics setting problem. It took me several days just to fix the graphics problem. Oh, that's way easier to scrap. See, when it's in the wall like that, it's actually pretty hard to scrap in the vanilla version of Fallout 4. Especially stuff like this. See, it's hard to get it because it's in the wall. Move it over here. There we go. I love just to stand back and scrap from afar. This is like Kismet's dream things. If they ask me, hey, Kismet, what do you want in Fallout 4 VR? I want the ability to scrap from really far away. That I can just aim at stuff and scrap it with my little laser scrapper. If they had asked me, I would have told them that. But they already thought of it, so I didn't have to deal with it. I like it when everybody else already thinks of it, and then it's less work for me. There we go. So again, I'll get this turning, if I can adjust that. I will try to get that turning to be a lot smoother. Because I don't like the jumping. Because I'm literally just pressing it, just barely pressing it. I'm just barely touching it. And it does that big jump like that. Big jump. And again, I tinkered with it for days and days and days. I redid my entire office. I took all my desks apart. I took all of my computers. This is how hardcore I am for you guys. This is how hardcore I am. And I'm not watching my chat enough. Hold on, let me check out my chat. I get totally into scrapping there. Now again, if you do have a comment or question for me, feel free to go ahead. Let me get out of here so I can put my weapon up and then I can see my chat. Oh, mod idea coming in. Thanks so much. Sister Wolf came in with some mod ideas. Now we'll get back to our modded playthrough. Look at this. I can put the gun right here and it makes it darker so I can see my chat. Sometimes it's too light to see my chat. 20% off gifted subs. That's right. Until January 6th. So not only do you get 20% off on your sub, but you can also gift it to somebody else, get 20% off, which I think is awesome. Yeah, native resolution and TTA issues were something that need to get fixed. Yeah, they actually put a fix in for it, Buckminst. And then when you go in, and you can go in and you can customize it. You can customize it yourself, which I think is awesome. Crouched. Might not have to turn my light off. Hold down my light and then turn this back on again. So yeah, I like to get like right in the middle here, and then I can just scrap stuff from afar. I'll speed up a little bit. You guys get the idea now. Now sometimes I'm trying to scrap stuff, and instead of scrapping it, what it does is it turns me instead, like what happened right there. And you can fine-tune a lot of your graphic stuff. So if you have an NVIDIA card like me, or if you have other various cards. Can I get that corner one? That corner one's always one that's hard to get. Only with mods can I get that corner one. Yeah, can't get it. And you can't do mods in QuickTime VR. I'm talking about in the vanilla or DLC version. You can't, some of these ones you can't get in the corners. Like, you should be able to scrap all these bushes by default, right? By that, you should be able to take all these bushes out, all of these trees, all of this stuff like this. You should be able to take all of this out. Now, if you have a scrap everything mod, and I have the mods in there, my mods will throw exclamation point mods in there. So you can see what mods I'm doing a current playthrough of. You can go in and scrap everything. You scrap all the bushes and all of that stuff, which I think is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Boom. Now, I actually had a conflict with another one, with another mod that basically made it where all my stuff started acting funny. How far away I can zap stuff. That's so cool. So cool. Let's move up a little bit. There we go. I love how it scrapped the thing behind it, but not the thing I moved. That was funny. I had to scrap it again. This has got to be the fastest way to scrap. This is way faster. Though it does do that sometimes. See, I get ahead of it. See, I'm not even looking at the panel that's coming up. I'm just trying to scrap stuff. Again, the ability to turn your head towards stuff is super cool. Super cool. Let's go this way. We'll just kind of do the outside here. Since we're doing the outside of the houses, let's just do everything outside, and then we'll go back in the houses, get all of that. Now, I think it's very valuable to take your time at the very beginning of the game to build up your resources. Because the whole rest of the game... Let me bring this closer. Oh, I can go ahead. Look what I'm doing. Down here on the thing, I'm using my thumb to press down, and it's bringing it closer to me. Wow, that's a really far away. You can scroll that really far away from you. That's awesome. That is awesome. I don't know what it is about my nose. The reason why it itches when I have this thing on. I don't know why it is. Tendency to itch. I don't know. Someone's talking about me. Maybe in the chat. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, the problem with my chat is during the daytime, it's hard to read a little bit. I'm gonna have to work on that. Have it where it's, I guess, less transparent. Giggles, what did you do? Jazz hands. That's in Sister Wolf. Something going on there. Again, make sure to use my name, Kiz or Kismet, in the chat so I know that what you guys are talking to me. So I did go in. I updated my drivers. I went in and redid my entire INI file. Again, with literally a line for just about everything, right? For what the graphics look like, what the textures look like, what all the stuff is. Now, there's certain stuff that people will tell you to turn off, and then what it does, it causes this flickering effect that really sucks. So you have to go in and even modify it a bit more. You have to go into your graphics card settings and stuff like that. And again, I will give you all the settings that I'm using right now to make it look beautiful. It looks fantastic to me. Now, again, you're seeing a rebroadcast of it, so it's going to be a bit lower quality for you guys, but for me, it is crystal sharp. It is beautiful. It is really like being there. It is really like being in the VR world. It is like being in Fallout for sure. It's pretty incredible. Notice that stuff got stored in the workbench there too. Again, we're just doing the outside here. It's a beautiful day. Let's take a look around. We've got, look at that, the poster up there from Vault 111. Of course, Vault 111 up there on the side. We've got the houses here. Of course, the beautiful sanctuary Looking beautiful so far. And, of course, we're tearing down all of the stuff with our little laser scrapper. There we go. It's interesting that some of them are green, and these ones are yellow. Why is that one yellow and these are green? Because yellow should be when you're in your power armor. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, Buckman's coming in with a sub love. That's because Sister Wolf came in and gave that love to Buckman's. There you go. Enjoy those emotes. Enjoy your baby dragon. Make sure to take good care of them. Grow them up and feed them right. Feed them with lots of love and attention. And your little baby dragon will grow up to be amazing. There you go. We missed some stuff up here? I think so. I think we missed a bunch of stuff up here. Hold on. Let's get back up here. Oh. Make sure not to miss any of the loot. Now, I love to... I could just sit and do this forever, by the way. I can scrap. I can build for a very long time. Again, my stream is more about interactivity, having fun in chat, chilling out, having a good time, as opposed to run through a game and show you the entire game within like 5 days. I mean, do you really want to run through a game in 5 days? I mean, you might. It's your game. You can do whatever you want. But I find that really sucks a lot of the fun out of it. Because you don't get to do the stuff you really want to do. You want to explore. You want to take a look at the outer corners of the map and see what's going on there. At least I like to. This is being feisty. Yeah, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. Don't think I'm not going to get you. If I can select you, I'm going to get you. So yeah, let's go ahead and head down here. We got all that. Again, doing the jumping mode while you're in workshop mode. And let's see what else we got over here. Nothing else. Again, you can just aim into the tree, by the way. There might be some stuff in there you can't even see. There we go. Let's see that hype in the chat for Sister Wolf and for Buckmist for being awesome. So congratulations on that sub, man. Thanks for all the sub love, everybody. Again, it is 20% off right now. If you had any time to sub, now would be the greatest time because you're getting that discount. Now, notice some of these ones here. Notice you can't get rid of these. Notice that one way off there that goes out of the actual settlement. I can scrap that one. But these ones, for some reason, they've marked these as unscrappable. I don't know why. I don't think this part right here is actually like zoned as part of your settlement totally. Because you should be able to scrap that. In fact, you should be able to scrap this bush. You should be able to scrap that whole entire house. You should be able to... Because if I was really there... I mean, this is my thinking, you know. I think in terms of if I was really there. I really feel like I'm there in VR. But if I was really there, I would scrap everything. Why would I leave certain houses alone? Why would I not scrap those trees? I would totally scrap those trees in a second. I'd have people cutting that down, making some housing, making some stuff for people to use. I mean, I wouldn't just leave it there. It wouldn't be smart to do that, to leave resources just laying around. Oh, all right. See, it's doing that jumping whenever I try to zoom in on, or I try to beam in on something. See, and it turns off the second I press it. Because when I'm pressing it, it actually moves. It actually moves the controller. So it's kind of awkward sometimes when you're doing that. But other than that, as you can see, it works fantastically. Yeah, sometimes it does. Come on, there we go. Sometimes I get ahead of myself. My bad. My bad. All right. There's a lot of stuff here at Sanctuary. What do you guys think? You think there's a lot of stuff here at Sanctuary? There's a lot of stuff to scrap. Oh, there's a shovel right there. Let's get it. See, I like how you can just... This is what I do in game, too. Is I just kind of scroll over stuff. I see something that's back here. So I scroll over stuff to see if I miss something. Like, see, I missed these poles here. Get those. And let's scroll back around this way. And bam. There we go. Jump forward. There's another dog house. We already saved one of them, so we'll put that one up later on. Dog meat. And we're going to talk to everybody and do some questing here in a bit. Again, this is one of my favorite things to do in game. is to get prepped, my first settlement prep. Once I get that settlement prepped and ready, then it will last the whole rest of the game. This is where I make my money, by the way, everybody, is from settlements here. I can beam stuff inside the house. So cool. So cool. Okay. Again, VR is very, very fun. And I was a little worried that I might have to send it back because, again, my medical conditions kind of make it difficult for me to do stuff like this. Like, I couldn't be standing the whole time. There's just no way. There's no way I could be standing. I would really get a feeling, especially when I'm standing on the edge of something, or if I get that feeling of falling. My mods are all, like, worried about me, too, which I think is super sweet. They're like, Kismet, you know, if there's a red alert, you know, we'll let you know. We're watching your back, all that kind of cool stuff. Okay, stop that. There we go. So my mods are watching after me. That's very difficult to get the small stuff. Because instead of scrapping, what it does is it turns me instead. All right. Again, let's just take our time, you know. This is what games are about. Enjoying the journey, enjoying each step. Now, again, if you're somebody like me, who's a bit older, and who's doing something they love to do, right? I love playing games. I've loved it my whole life. It is my pastime. I love it like some people love sports. Some people love basket weaving. Some people who love knitting, or some people who love maybe race car driving. Whatever it is, it's my thing. It's the thing that I like to do. And some people are going to try to put you down in life. Some people are going to tell you you're not good enough. They're going to tell you you're not whatever, right? They're going to tell you all of this stuff. You know what you do? Forget those people. Forget those people. Because you are amazing the way you are. You are amazing. You have certain skills, abilities that you have, and if you want to go out and do something you love to do every single day, I suggest you go for it. Now, you know, life is not, I'm not going to BS you. Life is not an easy thing. Life is tough. Like when you're dealing with your kids. Dealing with my kids earlier. Oh my gosh. Just trying to get them to get ready for bed. Being disrespectful to their mother, not listening, not doing what they're told. They choose to not do it. It's not that they don't know how to do it. They choose not to do it. Right? And you'll run into people like that in your life trying to bring you down. You know, I'm over bringing people down. I don't need to bring people down. You know what? I don't do that anymore. When I was young, I was full of myself. I thought, you know what? It's all about me. It's all about what I want in life. And it's really not. It's really not about you. Most of your life, depending on what life choices you make, it's really not all about you. So when somebody's talking about something, here's something I really like to talk about. When somebody's talking about something, don't bring yourself up. Let me know if you guys agree with this in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys agree with it. Let me go all over it first. If you're talking to somebody and somebody says, you know what, I'm having a bad day. The first thing you don't want to do is say, you know what, I'm having a bad day too. And you know what, I've had a bad day all week long, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and tell all about you, about how you had a bad day. Don't talk about you. Say, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, no, you're having a bad day? What caused your bad day? That's a conversation. If you're having a conversation with somebody, you will ask them how they are doing. You will not bring yourself into the conversation unless they bring you into the conversation. Like if they say, hey, how was your day? Well, my day kind of sucked, or my day was fantastic. Personally, my day was okay until my kids started not listening to their mama. Then that's when they got in trouble with the big daddy. Don't mess with the big daddy, especially wake up the bear, because I was asleep. Don't wake up the sleeping, hibernating bear before the stream. That is not a good idea. That is not a good idea. So yes, so, you know, when you're talking to somebody and they say, you know, I don't feel good, or, you know, I had a bad day, or whatever it is, maybe it's your spouse, maybe it's your loved one, maybe it's a neighbor, maybe whoever it is. Some little bit of life advice for you is to not bring yourself into it. So don't, yeah, see, you guys know what I'm talking about. You guys know what I'm talking about. What's up? Hey, what's up, Hyper? Thanks for hanging out. Still Larga says, I have the Oculus Rift, and it does take some getting used to. It really does. It really does. It does take getting used to, and it feels awkward a lot of the time. Kismet, does that jumping take up action points? Can you hear your character panting after doing it? Yes, you can. You can hear him panting and running and jumping and all of that. But when you're doing this, no, it doesn't make a noise. It does for a second, but it doesn't. It's not like he's running to get over there. He makes zero noise. See? That's just jumping. See, he makes that noise that you guys can barely hear. I can barely hear it. But I don't really like to run around this way. I do it while I'm scrapping and while I'm doing it, just so you guys get the full experience here. But I typically when I'm playing, I like to run around. We got more stuff out there we got to get to. But this is a whole nother way of playing the game. You can play this game just by doing the jumping like this. I prefer not to. I prefer not to, but while I'm scrapping, it's just the easiest way so I don't have to go in and out of the workshop mode. I'm just being lazy. Otherwise, I have to go in and out of workshop mode about 500 times while I am scrapping. But getting back to it, when somebody is looking for empathy, don't tell them how hard you got it, right? Now, when I'm talking to people, sometimes people talk to me and they say, Kismet, how you doing? Da-da-da-da-da, and they're interested in what's going on with me. And you got to know the difference. Sometimes it's okay to do that, though, by the way, to tell how bad you got it or whatever it is. People telling me, they get dizzy or whatever. I empathize with them by saying, you know what, I understand. I have the same issue as well. Now, that is coming from a respectful place. But when they tell you they have a bad day, that's not the time to tell them you have a bad day. Just go in and say, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What caused your bad day? Because they just want to talk to somebody about it. Once they talk to somebody about it, after a while, they'll feel better. They really will. So I find that happens quite often to me. And other people watch when they're having a conversation that they'll miss the whole meaning of what the person is trying to say to them. They're not listening. They're more waiting to talk. And there's actually been a funny movie about that. You guys might have heard of it. Pulp Fiction, of course. Where they're having that discussion about, are you listening or are you waiting to talk? And a lot of people are waiting to talk people. Like they want to say whatever they want to say. And some people are actually listening. I prefer to listen to people. I like to listen to people's stories, their background, where they're from, all that kind of stuff, fun stuff. I like to listen to that stuff. Now, sometimes I don't have the time, and I try to be respectful, but people don't always understand that I do run from one thing to the next thing. But I do like to listen to people's stories and their backgrounds or whatever as well. Oh. Another doghouse. Oh. So yeah, so a little life tip for you. Sometimes we do chat a bit about life, about being awesome and following your passion in life. Now, again, I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for all the support and love of my family and of you guys as well. I think I'd be stuck in the bed right now. I'd be stuck in the bed. I would have probably lost all of my muscle mass by now, and I would be literally just waiting to die. And I'm not kidding. I'm not fooling around. I don't play a character here on screen. I don't play the Kismet character. This is who I am. This is who I am. This is my everyday. And if I can get out of the bed every day and continue to work toward things I love to do and passion, you can do it too. Now, again, sometimes you got to take that sucky job. Sometimes you got it. You got to take that sucky job, and there's nothing wrong with it. If you work at McDonald's, you work at Walmart, if you work at somewhere where you don't really want to work there, which is I'd say about 70% or 80% of the population, maybe even as high as 90%. If you do something that you really don't like to do, sometimes you got it. Sometimes you got it. That's just life, right? That's just life. There's nothing wrong with it, though. Don't let nobody put you down. Don't let nobody drag you down because you work at McDonald's or you work at whatever. You know what you do? You be the best person there. You be the top employee. So this way, they'll miss you when you're gone. Because everybody else will have to step up and do some work when you're not there anymore. Because you know what? You went in there, you learned everything you can learn from that job, and you go and you get some experience and you say, you know what? Boom. I was the best employee they had. They're going to miss me when I'm gone. Too bad, too sad. I'm out of here. I'm going to go work toward my dream job. Now, I've been a graphic designer for 25 years. I've worked for some of the top companies in the world, including Apple. Had an amazing job. It was pretty awesome. All I had to do was go from my bedroom to my office and watch out for the 3-kid pileup on the way to work every single day. That's right, I work from home. I had an amazing job. Right now, I'd be earning 6 figures probably if I didn't get ill. And I got sleep apnea and vertigo, and there's nothing I can do about it. And some of you will say, Kismet, CPAP machine. I've tried it. Kismet, you should try a specialist. I've tried them, 11 different doctors. I've gone to a whole bunch of different specialists and whatnot, and in the end result, guess what? They were all damn useless, and they sucked up every last bit of my retirement. Every dang dime I had earned over the last 25 years, I spent on those darn doctors. But I'm not dead. I'm still alive. At least that's good. And I know what my conditions are, and I know how to manage them now. And probably that's the biggest thing I got from that. Not the actual doctors themselves, but to find out what the problem is, and then I can work toward a solution. And of course, in my case, is learning how to live with my medical conditions. And I know a lot of you who watch my stream have medical conditions as well. You have tough times in life. You might not be where you want to be in life, and that's okay. That's okay. You're not alone. There's a lot of people. By the way, get the door first before you get the fridge. A little heads up there. You might not be where you want to be in life, and you're not alone in that. A lot of people are like that. Now, am I where I want to be in life? Actually, kind of, yeah. I'm actually okay where I'm at now. Because I know what the option is. I know what the other option is, and that is to be stuck in the bed. And that would suck. And that would suck because my dad went out that way. My wife's grandmother went out that way, had a stroke, ended up in bed, and then wasted away and then passed away. I didn't want to do that in my 40s. They were in their 80s, by the way. 80s and 90s, which I consider an incredibly great run. If I would be so lucky to be around that long. And I'm too stubborn to die. I'm too stubborn to listen to my doctors who basically told me there's nothing we can do, lay down and die. And I said, ha 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 ha, you are funny. You guys are funny. I do not think so. I do not think so. I'm not going to lay down and die. I'm going to get up out of this bed. And I'm going to spend every day finding a way. Finding a way to do what I love to do every day. If it can't be doing what I did before, then I'm going to go ahead and find another thing that I can do in my life. So, another fun thing that I love to do, of course, play games. And of course, 2.5 years later, not giving up, getting up every day, working a little bit. Now, I can't work at the level that some other streamers can. I can't do 24-hour streams. I can't, do stuff that they can do, right? So that gives them a huge advantage. Yet, I have the one thing that not everybody has, and I think some of you have it as well, and that is a relentless attitude. That you are relentless. You will never give up on what you love to do, and you will do it every single day, regardless of what everybody else thinks, right? Regardless of all the naysayers and all the people telling you it can't be done. Hey, Kismet, you can't play that VR, bro, because you've got sleep apnea, you got vertigo, man. You're going to get too sick playing that VR. Oh, really? I'm playing it right now, bro, and I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good. Well, a lot of moving is not good, but I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good. I'm playing VR with somebody with vertigo. Somebody with vertigo right now playing this VR game. And again, I set it up keeping my conditions in mind, right? Keeping my conditions in mind that, I can't stand. I can't keep turning around in a circle the whole time while I'm playing. I'm not going to stand for 500 hours of playing this game. It's just not going to happen. It can't happen. It's not going to work. I would fall down, which would be entertaining for you guys in the stream, but I would fall down and hurt myself. So I do stuff as best I can. And such is life, right? Everybody does that. Everybody has issues every day they got to deal with. Their kids, their wife, their spouse, their boss at work is driving you insane. Whatever it is. Everybody's got their... Oh, hello there, my little friend. There's a gun right there. There's a gun. Let's get it. Let's get that gun. Boom. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'll sell that later. Turn this off. Oh, I crouch. Off. Then back on. Then hold down the menu button. And back in there. There we go. Way too close to that. Way too close to that. I love this laser scrapping. Oh, I screwed that up. I accidentally got the one underneath and the one above. Always get the stuff on top first. You know what? I just thought of something really important. How about we save? Because that was a lot of work. It just totally dawned on me that I hadn't saved all that time. I was talking to you guys and saved. All right, let me talk to you. Let me see you guys going on in the chat here. There we go. We're glad you are here with us on Twitch. Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate that that love. Thank you so much. Sometimes I do talk. Preach, says cool. Yeah, that's right. I'm doing a little preaching up in here. Sometimes I do get up on my soapbox. I hope you don't mind. That's a part of my charm, I think. It's to inspire you guys every day. That's what my stream is all about. And that's what you got to think about if you're going to be a streamer. What is your stream all about? Now, my stream didn't start out about that. I didn't start about, you know, hey, you know what? I want to do this whole thing, right? Can I disarm that from over here? How close do I have to be to disarm that sucker? There we go. Can I open that? Oh, I can. Okay. Let's try straight up and down. Nope. Nope. I love how the controller actually motion moves.
Got it.
To tell me that I can't open it. That's cool. That is totally cool. All right, I got some 10mm pistols, some pre-war money, some shotgun shells, and a silver locket. Let's go ahead and get all that out of there. And let's go ahead and use this terminal, and then we'll go ahead and get rid of this terminal. Now, the interesting thing about this terminal is I couldn't get rid of it in my modded playthrough, but I can get rid of it here in this playthrough, I think, by getting rid of the desk. All right, so let's get in here. Oh, do the trigger so we speed that up. And let's do the first 3. There we go. Easy. Easy, brah. All right, now I'm just going to go ahead and run through this real quick. We read this on our other modded playthrough. I'm not going to do it in this particular playthrough. I hope you guys don't mind. But I like to go through and look through each thing just to see if it unlocks a location on my map. Because I don't remember where all the map location unlocks are. I'm getting older. I can't remember all that stuff. I can't remember it all. So again, if you want to... Oh, I don't think I looked at that last one. If you want to see it, pause this video on YouTube. Or on Twitch, depending on where you're watching it. Boston. Love all the... by the way, this stuff's really cool to read, especially in your first playthrough. I've played through... this is my 6th time now. 6th time playing through. I don't know. I wonder if we can do... Oh, he said something. Ledger terminal. Yeah. I don't know if you could do the happy ending on the vanilla version. We'll see. All right. Awkward. Awkward. There we go. What I did was I aimed behind me over my shoulder. And then I could jump in there. Now, I think if I scrap the table, it takes the terminal too. See, it does that in the vanilla version of the game. But for some reason in my modded playthrough, I couldn't get rid of that disc. Maybe I just wasn't trying hard enough. Whoa, right up in my face here. Let's get this first. All the stuff on top first. There we go. We'll get rid of this, and then we'll go ahead and try to store that. I find it has a tendency to aim a little bit higher than the actual objects themselves, at least from my point of view. We can't get rid of that. And again, just take your time, everybody. And when you scrap it, see, contents transferred to workbench. Giddy up, Buttercup. Every girl's fantasy, now a reality. Oh, too cute. Only $16,000. Holy mackerel. What? I don't think I ever noticed that. That's 16 grand for that thing. 16 grand. Yeah, let's go ahead and see what else. Preach. Exactly. There we go. Hoping to get my second cross stitch finished tonight. I hope so, Chen. Hopefully you get it done. Now, see, some people, they love cross stitching. My wife, very much an amazing quilter. Her whole entire family, by the way. Amazing quilter. Amazing oh, got more stuff in here. Amazing quilting. Amazing sewing. Amazing food. Can bake really well. Incredible cook. All of those awesome things. So if you're looking for somebody like that, too bad, take it. Too bad, take it. But yeah, all right, we got that going on. Again, my stream is all about inspiring you guys to do what you love to do. Because again, if somebody like me who has these medical conditions, and they were trying to get me to take disability and all of that stuff, and I said, you know what? I don't know who these people are who are contacting me. I did not ask them to contact me. I want to have my problem solved. I don't want to be on disability. I don't want to be on it. Whoa, hello. Somebody wants to say hello. Now look at the bullet casings. Check it out. Look at the bullet casings. One down here too. Look at this. Squish. I love the way VATS is. Now again, here's my action points. And then of course my hit points. And I can just kind of aim toward what I want right there in the head. And the bullet casing. I think that's awesome. I wish you could hit it. It's just so good. It's just so good, everybody. The VATS feels really, really good. And the scrap and the collecting too feels good. It feels real good when you're just standing over it, and then you can just aim at it, and then you can kind of see your little menu like that and grab it, which I think is really great. I forgot those guys are in here. Is there any more in here? Let's go look around. Let's go look around. As you can see, the combat is really fun. You can use VATS, or you don't have to use VATS. I could have just shot at him. Sorry, everybody. I'm spinning around real fast. Nope, nobody else. Okay. Back into mode here. Turn my light off. Hold down that button and then hold down the menu to get back into the workshop. There we go. Let's keep on scrapping. All right. I see that cigarette down there. Darn you. Really touchy on the small stuff. On the small stuff, it's very tough to get. Now again, make sure to get everything. The door first, then the fridge. That's where you get more resources. Again, scrapping everything I can find. Let's go over here. Let's go ahead and store that in the workbench. Store. Oh, so touchy. I gotta get this one out of the way. I find if you take your other controller and move it away, sometimes it's aiming at the thing that you're trying to get to. It works pretty great. But there we go. That's what I tried to do. Did I start over? Well, not really. No, this is the same one from yesterday that we started playing. And of course, this is a new game in Fallout 4 VR. We've already gone and got our people. We've already brought them back from Concord. We've got our power armor already. But what we're doing is we're scrapping. Now, at the very beginning of the game, I go through and I scrap everything. And I don't even bother taking a lot of the stuff out of the containers. I just go ahead and scrap them. And then, as you see, contents transferred to the workbench. So we go ahead and just transfer that stuff in there that way so we don't have to manually do it all. It just saves us some time. And I scrap everything because every bit of these resources allows me to build up all of my settlements along the way. Now, do I think this is faster or slower than the base VR version? I mean, than the base Fallout 4 version? I would say overall this is probably slower because you have to deal with the VR stuff, right? You got to deal with the movement and all of that you can, of course, do way faster. Whoa. Oh my gosh, that scared the heck out of me. Scared the heck out of me. Pambolina coming in with a 6-month. Look at your baby dragon. He's all grown up. He's growing up, your little baby dragon. Pambolina coming in, making the jump scare. Holy mackerel, that scared the heck out of me. I was in mid-sentence there. Mid-sentence. So yeah, I would find that it's way faster in the desktop version, probably the console version, than the VR version. I do find that in some ways it's faster, but in most ways it's slower. Like this jumping like this. This feels a lot slower to me than if I could just walk from place to place, right? But then again, I'm in workshop mode, right? And normally in workshop mode, you can run in workshop mode. But because you've only got these things are your controls, right? This is as much controls as you have. They, of course, they only have so many buttons that they can program stuff to. So, right? So, unlike a keyboard, unlike a mouse, it's much more difficult. Again, look at our power armor just sitting right here. Look, it looks amazing, by the way. It looks amazing. Let's go over and just take a look at it. Look at that. Ah, it looks really three-dimensional, everybody. And the textures on it are phenomenal. They look beautiful. You can now see it. It's impossible for me to describe it without you guys seeing it with your own eyes. But you can see that this part right here, it totally looks three-dimensional. It looks like it's wrapping around the back of it. All the stuff on the front of their helmet looks three-dimensional to me. Let me put some light on it. It totally looks fantastic, by the way. It looks absolutely fantastic. So yeah. I mean, if you had a Sony Vive or you could see it in VR, it'd be awesome, actually. I think it'd be awesome to watch streams in VR, that I could see what the other person sees. And I think that should be something in the long term that Twitch should work on as VR gains momentum. Now, the funny thing about VR is I actually used the original VR system, the very first VR system, and it was nothing but blocks. You were a block person, kind of like Minecraft, except for not that high quality. It's less quality than Minecraft, if you can believe it. It's more blocky than Minecraft is back in the day. And I was lucky enough to be able to try it out. They had it in San Francisco as well, as I met the guy who actually pioneered a lot of the VR stuff back in the day. And it was nothing like this. This is phenomenal. This is really amazing. The other ones, the headsets weighed about 10 times as much as these do. It was much more difficult to move around. But it actually very much works very much like it does today. Wow, did we finish all the houses? No way. No, I think we got some inner houses to do. Sorry, everybody. I'm going to jump around a little bit here just to see if I've got everything. You know how I love to double back. My guy's making lots of noises here. I think I might be overburdened again. Let's take a look. Let's get out of here. Let's go into our Pip-Boy. Am I overburdened? No. Why do I only have... Oh, that's HP. I was like, man, why do I only have 91 inventory? There we go. Yeah, 250 of 48. Let me look down a little bit so you guys can see that. Yeah. And light off. Light back on again. Let's just walk around. See, I prefer to walk around like this. I prefer... This feels much better. Now, of course, I have a little vignetting that is going on. Who the heck was that? What are you doing in there? What are you doing in there, Marcy? Don't make me shoot you. I will shoot you and have zero remorse from doing so. I will have zero remorse, Marcy. I'm telling you. I will have zero. And so will everybody in the chat will have zero remorse when I shoot you. She has such a bad attitude. At Morsi. I'm safe behind the drawbridge and 2 walls. There you go, Half Fan. There you go. Auto guns, traps, fan blades, speakers, and fire barrels. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. And thanks again, Pambolina, for that sub love. Appreciate the love. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. If you are enjoying the stream, oh, hit my microphone again. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you are enjoying the stream. Now try to sit forward here. Let me see if I'm still looking forward. Oh, this way. There we go. I try to be aiming toward you guys, so at least I'm looking in your direction. I noticed that some people put stuff on their VR helmet. If you have some ideas for me to put on my VR helmet, maybe like a Kismet Army sticker or tattoo there or something like that, give me some feedback in the chat. Mods, take the feedback in the chat and make a note of it. What you guys think I should put on my VR thing. Now, I could actually take a picture of my face, by the way, and just put a video over this, and then it would actually look like my face. But, of course, every time I look down, then it would be weird. But I could do a lot of things. Give me some ideas. What you guys think I should put on the end of my VR headset, because I love feedback on the stream. I love the feedbacks. There we go. All right. Ooh, way too close. Way too close. All right, let's back up a little bit. There we go. All right, let's scrap this house. And I hope you guys don't mind just taking my time here. I'm going as fast as I can, though, but taking my time, making sure that I take care of Sanctuary first. And Sanctuary is going to be my kind of starting moneymaker. Now, you might be like, Kismet, again, you're spending a lot of time, bro. You spend a lot of time working on this. Well, it's my game. I can do whatever I want. Number 1. Number 2, why not take your time? Why not build up your Sanctuary? Because this is a moneymaker. Now, by the time I am level 5 or 10, I will be making probably about $5,000 or $10,000 or 10,000 caps here in game. And you're like, that's impossible, Kismet. Yeah, that's what you think. But watch this as I do it anyway. Because I take time to invest very early in the game into Sanctuary, into my settlements. Now, if you're not into settlements, that's okay. Again, it's your game. You can play it however you want. You don't have to play it exactly the same as me. You don't have to spend all your time scrapping if you don't want to. That's okay. I understand. I understand, but I do love to scrap. I do love to build. And to build, you know, the scrapping is a necessary evil, right? Or a necessary fun in my case. I love to scrap. I can do it all day, every day. It's kind of like collecting ore in some games, right? Or collecting loot. Is there anybody else? Put a 1 in the chat if you love to collect stuff. Like in World of Warcraft, you love to go collect resources, love to go collect all that ore and stuff like that. I've spent endless hours in World of Warcraft doing that, and other games like Guild Wars 2, Star Wars The Old Republic, and a whole bunch of other really fun games. just collecting stuff. I love to collect stuff because I know what the end result of that collecting is. Like taking my time collecting all of this stuff. Yeah, the end result is I got to make big settlements. And now I get to walk around in those settlements like I'm doing right now in this house in VR. So as I build my various settlements, I get to actually go up inside the settlements like I was actually there. And that is what gets me excited here about Fallout 4 VR. Is the fact that I can build up these awesome settlements. The fact that I'm going to be able to walk through Diamond City and it feel like I'm really there. And that's the way it feels right now. It really feels like I'm in this house. It really feels like I can look up. I can look at the ceilings. I can move forward a little bit here. And then look up through the... Oh, or not. I happened to pick the part that moved. Right here. Oh, too close. Back up a little bit. And look up through the rafters and see the stars and the moon up through the house. And I can reach and do it. I mean, it looks phenomenal. It looks phenomenal. Again, you guys are probably not getting that same experience because it doesn't feel three-dimensional to you. But it does to me. So take my word for it. Take my word for it. And some of you who have done VR, who have Oculus or have the Vive or another thing, PlayStation. We already did this house. We already did this house. We're going the other way. You guys know what I'm talking about. Because, again, this is a whole leap forward in VR experience. This is not the old, like, you know, 3D glasses and all of that stuff like you used to see in those campy movies, you know, those slasher movies or whatever movies. They would have that, oh, I'm home again. My little house where my little baby was born. My little baby. Scrap the door and the fridge, but I don't think you can scrap any of this stuff. I think this is one of the few things you can't scrap in the houses. I think I got all the rest of it, but let's just double check. Some of the in your particular house, your home where you start off in the game, there's some of the stuff you can't scrap, like your toilet and things like that. Things in here. I think we scrapped all of this stuff. Hear him out there banging, everybody? Hear him banging on that house? Makes me want to go out and shoot them all. Makes me want to go shoot every... Mama Murphy, stop it. Stop it, stop it. Sit down. Take a break. I'm going to give you some drugs. I'm going to give you some drugs so you end up in your chair. That's what I'm going to do. Now I've decided, everybody. I'm going to be drugging her up so she stops banging on that house. Now, I'd like to see once I get Corvega done, and again, we're going to try to get that done tonight. How are we looking on time? Oh, we're looking awesome. We're looking awesome. Pambolina, also the bit boss right now. Thank you for dropping those little bitty bits in there. Now, you guys can't see what I'm looking at. I'm looking at my chat here because one of the things that I've seen other people do, Ripley says, I'm still at work waiting for my relief to get here so I can go home, get in my PJs, and watch the stream in comfort. There you go, Ripley. Whoop. Oh, my gosh, Marcy. She's tempting me, everybody. Tempting me to shoot her. What are you doing? Where are you going, Cogsworth? Where are you going? Why are you going in there? Get out of there. Whoa, now that was in 3D. Coming right at me. I'm scrapping in here. Stay out of here, people. So, yeah. I got the chat over here and also my alerts. Oh, hit my microphone again. I got all that stuff over here so that I can interact with you guys. I do see a lot of people say, well, you know what? I'm doing VR. I'm going to see if my VR is still working over there. Yep. I'm doing VR, so I won't be interacting in chat. I won't be interacting and all that stuff. I think that's a huge mistake. My stream is all about interactivity, about coming in, hanging out. It's my favorite thing to do on Twitch. If I was just playing this game, if I was just playing the game and didn't have the ability to interact in chat, then forget about it. Forget about it. I just play it off stream. Why even bother streaming? At least in my case. I love talking with you guys. I love interacting with you guys in stream. I think that's the funnest part of Twitch. I think a lot of people forget about that. They come in, they're like, hey, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play some games and everybody's just going to donate and give me $1 bazillion. Maybe that might happen to you. I don't know. You could try it. I'd seriously doubt it. I seriously doubt it because, you know, there's a couple things that people look for in streamers. I'll give you guys some streamer advice while we're just taking our time finishing up here. We're almost done, by the way, everybody. Almost done. Just another house or so. I think this is probably one of the last ones here. Is the fact that don't be disingenuous. Don't go in and play a game that you don't like to play. Now, I love Fallout 4, and I think that's pretty clear when you come into my stream. I love playing the game. It is incredibly fun. It is a whole nother level now that you're doing it in VR as well. Let's see if we already got into this here. Unlock. No, we did not. Okay. Let's try this out. Oh, broke one right at the start there. All right, so we know it's not that way. Sweet. There you go. All right, what do we got? 38. Now, sometimes see how it goes black like that? That's because we get stuck in the wall because it moves me forward a bit. There we go. And we're actually looking in the device. There we go. Light off, light back on, hold down the menu button. There we go. And then grab that sucker. All right. So again, if you're going to be a streamer, make sure to play games that you really like to play. And play them in a way that you're not deceiving your audience, right? I'm a straight shooter. I'll tell you like it is. If I don't like something and I think it sucks, I will tell you immediately. I will tell you straight up. And I think that gives me a huge advantage because I know and I can tell, I can look right through people when they're trying to tell me how much they love the game, but then they're sitting there doing this and they're just about to doze off and they're not having any fun doing it. I can see when they're not having fun. You're not fooling anybody when that is happening. Up! Cogsworth! Dude, you're blocking me, bro. You're blocking me! Will make me shoot you, too. So, yeah. If you're going to stream, first, just play a game that you really enjoy. And then what it will do is it will attract other people who enjoy the same thing that you enjoy, right? And then you start to build up your audience. Now, one of the things that people told me very early on is, you know, you want to go play the big games. You want to go and do all of that. And I don't do that. I play the games that I enjoy. I think it attracts other people who enjoy playing that as well as it attracts people who are in the same situation as you, right? Who have the same kind of temperament, maybe background as you do. And, you know, for somebody of my age, to be a partnered streamer is probably about a 1% chance. A 1% chance that that's going to happen, right? I'm not a young boy or girl. I'm not super good looking. Though I have had people say they like my looks, but I appreciate that. I appreciate that trying to flame my ego, but I know I'm getting older, so that's okay. I don't need to do that. And yeah, I don't have big breasts hanging out and all of that stuff that does happen on various services, which I'm not going to mention specifically anybody. But, you know, that's their choices, and that's the stream they want to do. That's on them. It's not my job to police other people's streams. My job is to be me and who I am and what I want to do in my life, right? I don't police other people's love life. I don't police other people's stuff or what they should be doing, where they should be going, that kind of stuff. I just give a little bit of advice of what I think, and then it's your choice. It's your choice after that. You make all your own choices. But if I could give you a little bit of advice, play the games that you really like to play and don't look at your viewership numbers. Don't look at them. If somebody comes and raids you, make sure to be super appreciative. Get excited. Oh my gosh, there's 100 people in my stream. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the love and attention and taking the extra time to believe in the smaller streamer. And I've been raided by some of the larger streamers as well when I first started off. And I was so excited and so scared at the same time. Be careful what you wish for. Because you're so excited because you have all these people in your stream. And then you're like, oh my gosh, I have all these people in my stream. What am I doing? And you just try to make your stream a little bit better when that happens, right? Try to take it to another level. I mean, not a crazy level, but I mean another level for you. What your stream is all about. And whether you are a streamer or whether you are just an average person that is doing what you love, just keep on doing it. Don't let nobody stop you. I've had so many people in my life tell me things are impossible. Like right now, it's impossible for somebody with vertigo, chronic vertigo, that never goes away, by the way, everybody. It never goes away. It will never go away for the whole rest of my life. I will never be rid of it, right? And I've gone to specialists and doctors and tried CPAPs and tried all that stuff. I do have a cool mandible device that does help my sleeping, which is pretty awesome. But It will never go away, and people tell me how things are impossible all the time. And I go, oh yeah? Watch this. Boom, as I make things possible. As I make the ability to play some Fallout 4 VR possible. Why? Because I have the will and I have the way and I know how to problem solve. I know how to problem solve. It is my best, probably my most sexiest thing, is my ability to problem solve. Is because I can pretty much look at any situation and say, okay, how can we go in and make this work? How can we make it happen? Right? And that is probably one of my biggest strengths, I think, is the ability to do that. Is to choose to solve the problem. Not just solve the problem, but to choose to solve the problem. By the way, I'm using the trigger button. I'm using the trigger button to grab this. And then I'm using, you can see I'm using the scroll wheel to scroll it over there. And then I'm going to rotate it. It feels a little awkward at first, but in reality, it's friggin' awesome. It is incredibly awesome. That is awesome, everybody. That is incredibly awesome. Very easy to do to move your stuff around. It does take a little bit of practice. Like I can grab that from way over there, pull that closer to me, and then rotate it around if I want. Just have a little work area right here. Second Mama Murphy moves out of there, I'm going to put that thing there. There we go. Look at that. There's something just... And again, very touchy. See, when I pull the trigger, it moves a little bit. There we go. So you see I moved that around. That's super cool. Let's move up here. Take a look at it. So you can see I moved it around. I put it where I wanted to go, and I can pick it up, fine-tune it a little bit. And, of course, to rotate it, I'm using the thing down here. See, using the little touchpad to rotate it. And then if I push up, you can see it goes up. So I'm looking down here. Like so. Like that. All right, awesome. She's banging on something else now. Makes me want to kill everybody in here. All right. Let's go ahead and save because we did a whole lot of stuff there. Again, I get talking. I forget to save, and then I have to redo all of that. There we go. Tempted me, everybody. Tempted me with the banging. Even more annoying in VR. Even more annoying. All right. Yes, they have. Let's see. Would be cool if building is down on the ground and you can scrap it. Yeah, if you have mods, you can scrap the entire sanctuary. What's up, Sturgis? You can scrap the entire sanctuary, every single thing here in Sanctuary. Anyone ever tell you look like Tony Hawk? Yes, Lux, a lot. A lot of people have come in and told me that. And just so you know, Tony Hawk, and let me take my headphones off. Let me take my headset off. Tony Hawk is a year older than me. He's a year older than me, and he's still out there doing what he loves to do. And I suggest you go out there and do what you love to do every single day, because you never know, you might end up doing amazing things with your career, with your life. I know that I've been super lucky. I've been married for 25 years with my wife. So real life, check, unlocked. Achievement unlocked, everybody. Been a graphic designer 25 years, the top of my field for 25 years. I know, working for some of the top companies in the world, incredibly great jobs. And yes, I've made lots of money, big deal. Big deal, I've had lots of money. Money is nice, I'm not going to lie. It's nice, you can buy expensive things like $4,000 TVs and blah, 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 blah. But that's not really what it's about. It's about loving what you do every day, and all that other stuff works itself out. It really does. I was trapped in the bed. I lost my job with Apple. Incredibly amazing job. Like a dream job that I've been working toward my whole life. And I got depressed. I was unable to walk. I was unable to drive. I was unable to do anything. I was unable to do all of that stuff. And then people say, Kismet, you being a streamer, that's impossible. There's no way you're going to get partnered. There's no way you're going to be able to do that. Oh, really? I love it when people tell me I can't do it. Because I'll go and I'll crush it, just like I'm going to crush this playthrough. Let's get back to it. Let's get back to it, everybody. Don't let anybody stop you. Don't let their negativity bring you down. Again, Tony Hawk, year older than me. He's out there doing what he loves to do. I'm sitting here in front of you guys doing what I love to do. I suggest keep chasing it. Keep chasing that stuff you love to do out there, everybody. Keep chasing it. Keep doing what you love to do. So there we go. And I do a lot of kids talk up in here, especially when I'm doing scrapping or doing stuff that's very repetitive, which you guys have seen me do that all before. Doing great, Charlotte. How you doing tonight? Thanks for hanging out. By the way, you guys can't see what I'm looking at, but I'm looking at the chat over here for those just tuning in. Because I don't like to lose my interactivity with my audience. I don't like to lose the fact that when you guys come in and drop in bits, when you guys come in and you want to talk in the chat, I love interactivity. I love inspiring you guys every day to do what you love to do. Just keep on doing it. Keep on doing it. Don't let nobody stop you. Have you tried medical cannabis? No, I have not. No, I don't need medical cannabis. You know what I need? I need to stop giving my power over the doctors. That's what I needed to do, and I did. I stopped giving my power to the doctors. Don't give your power away. Grab that power back over your health. Do what I did. If you know, of course, if you want to talk to your doctor first. But I went to the gym. I lost 40 pounds. That's right, lost 40 pounds. Start eating right. Start feeling better. Of course, I gained some of that weight back recently because I've been bad. I've been very bad, eating some bad food. But, you know, I got to get back into it again. And just keep, I know how to stay in shape. I know what it does. It takes a lot of effort, and a lot of people don't like it because they don't like the pain of working out. But, you know, you got to do it. You got to take care of yourself. You've got to take that power, and when I took that power back, man, I started feeling a lot better. A lot more fun in my life. A lot more things started going my way when I took control of that. And also, never give away your power over your finances. Make sure you know what's going on with your money. Those are probably the two biggest things I can tell you to keep control of in your life. Is Sturgis, dog meat. If he hits that thing, get him. I dare you. Go ahead, Sturgis. Get him, dog meat. Attack. All right, we'll leave dog meat there for right now. So let's get out here and let's go ahead and start our basic build. So again, let's see. How much did VR cost? Great question, Mag9. Thanks for hanging out in the stream, by the way. Appreciate you hanging out. The VR cost, I bought the headset, which was $5.99, and you can see I've got a bar up there. Hopefully I can pay for it because I just put it on my credit card. Because sometimes YOLO, right? Sometimes life is you only live once, right? And I really wanted to play Fallout 4 VR. I actually talked to a Bethesda guy at TwitchCon who never got back to me. I hate people who don't follow up. I hate people who don't follow up. I can't stand that. You buzz them, they don't get back to you. They, you know, just that kind of back and forth. So I said, you know what? Forget it. I'm just going to buy it and just hope for the best. Hope that I get enough in donations, or hopefully I get enough in bits to pay it off at some point. But there we go. Kismet, I am doing wonderful. Awesome, Charlotte. So yeah, it cost $5.99 for the headset. And then I got Fallout 4 VR for free. So awesome, because that's what I wanted to play. So that saved me $60. And then I got a $100 Amazon gift card. So that saved me an additional $100. Thanks to my mod, Josie, for finding that, by the way. And then I saw that and I thought, if I don't get it now, I'm going to miss out on that awesome deal. And then the other $100 I could use to get some poles to hold up the sensors and these clamps and stuff that I'm using. And then to kind of redo it, I had to buy a cable to make it run from my machine into my other machine because I was already using the HDMI port. So I couldn't use the HDMI port, so I had to get another cable, a mini display to display port to do that. So there you go. So yeah. Did you download the resolution fix patch trying to find a stream that has it? Yes, I did. I did download the resolution fix patch as well as Spiro, as well as I went in and modified my ini file. I went in, sorry if I'm looking over here, I'm actually reading the chat. But I went in and modified. Now, normally in your ini file, you have like your location, right? Like just two things in your custom ini file under Fallout 4 VR. But mine is really, really long because I went in and I worked on the shaders and the quality of everything, right? So when I'm looking around, it is in super high quality. Now, of course, I have to rebroadcast it to you guys. It's getting compressed by Twitch and then, of course, sent out to you guys. But it is in super high resolution right now. And I have an NVIDIA 1080, top of the line, beautiful. Not the TI, but the one before that one. And it is beautiful. I mean, it feels like you're really, really there. The quality of the graphics is amazing. Now, I'm going to be doing a video on it, so you want to watch my YouTube channel. So my mods will throw my YouTube channel in the chat for you. Go over there, subscribe. I will probably do that tomorrow to show you all of the steps I took to get my Fallout 4 VR working. because I'll be off tomorrow, by the way, everybody. On Mondays, I'm off. So I'll be back on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But tomorrow, I will go ahead and try to put that video together of what are all the steps that I took. Now, I do what I call quick and easy videos. I don't like a 45-minute video that tells you, you know, basically something you can learn in about 8 minutes. So I like to go in, cut it down to the chase, and just go straight to it, right? Go straight to it. Okay, look, this is how I installed it. This is what my ini file is. This is where I got the information. This is how I put it together. This is how I'm able to rebroadcast it to you guys. All of that stuff. I will try to throw as much of that into the video as possible, but still keep it to down to about 5 or 8 minutes or so. I try to get to the point within, if I don't get to the point within 8 minutes, then it needs to be 2 separate videos. At least I think so. So there we go. So yeah, it cost me about $5.99 for the Vive with VR, and then a $100 gift card for Amazon. Of course, then I just went on Amazon and then bought the poles and stuff that I use. And I will show you what poles I'm using. I will show you the clips. I will show you all of that in that video. So again, go over there, hit the subscribe button, and watch for that video. I'm going to be trying to do more of those type of videos as well, like I used to. Okay. Now here we are. We're in our little structures, wood. Let me hold this out a little bit so you guys can see it. What I'm going to do is, of course, go ahead and just choose some prefabs. Look at this. Awesome. I love how it gives you some feedback on there, too. So we can go ahead and just kind of jump through the prefabs here. Actually, I don't have to press the button. I just swipe. And we've got ourselves a nice little thing here. We got a 2-story here. I don't think we really need the 2-story. We just need a small one like this. Now, I am way too close right now, so I'm going to go ahead and back up a little bit. And then it'll give me a little bit, there we go, a little bit more control over it. Look at this. This is awesome. And then, of course, I can choose what I want, say this one. And so it's going to choose it. Now, how do I rotate? I guess I got to put it down first, right? Because it's not letting me rotate it. How do I rotate it? Now, you can't rotate it while you're in the middle of it. Oh, you rotate it with the other controller. Oh, look at that. I learned something new, everybody. This is the first time I've put stuff down in the building here. All right, so it says build, rotate, exit, cancel. Okay, awesome. So I'm just swiping. As you can see, I'm swiping across the controller to rotate it, because that would suck to not, you have to put it down first and then do it. And we're just going to build them a nice little quick little house. Now, this is what I call a basic build. So I pull the trigger on this hand. Oh, that just made me jump. Let me back up. There we go. So how do I put it down? How do I choose it? Build. A trigger on the right hand. Trigger on the right hand builds it right there. So, put it right there. There we go. I just wasn't pulling the trigger hard enough. Okay. There we go. And then we'll get back out of there again. So we're not putting that in there. There we go. And then we got ourselves a little house. Let's go inside there. This is pretty exciting. Okay, our first house that we built in VR. Oh, awesome. I wish I had the bunk beds thing, though. Now, this is okay. This is just a little starter shack for them to use. Don't scrap. No, I don't want to scrap. I just want to turn around. Oh, I see. It's selecting it. I can't turn around while I'm in the shack. While I'm in VR mode. Because it aims at the shack. Oh, that's a problem. Bethesda, you didn't think that through, did you? See, I'm in the shack, and this is aiming at it, which is asking me to store or to scrap it. But this is also the thing that allows me to turn around in the opposite direction. So the only thing I can do to turn around is to exit, then turn around, like so. Then I can move around. Well, that... I mean, they've only got so many controls, but still... They should have thought that through. If I'm in the place while I'm doing it, that's not good. All right, so let's go ahead and go back over here, and let's go ahead and put down some beds. Again, this is just a basic build. We're just going to put down some beds and stuff like that. Actually, let's move a little bit further in, say to here, and then I can see my chat. There we go. So yeah, I will be doing that all in there. And thank you again, Magnet. Let's give Magnet 500 kiss caps for an awesome question. As well as to Lux as well. Let's give him that for his earlier question, not his question about medical cannabis, though. There we go. Did you downgrade the resolution patch? Yes, I did. It does look much better than the last stream I watched. Thank you. I appreciate that, Sparrow. Yeah, I spent about 5 days really upgrading mine before I even started streaming. See, everybody else started streaming, and it was all really low quality. And I went through and I've worked on my graphics. I've worked on a lot of updates so that it does look a lot better. Now, the problem is restreaming a VR stream is very, very difficult because of all of the programs and whatnot you need to do to make it work. Now, what I'm going to do is, of course, start with some sleeping bags. And again, you can choose what you want on your left hand. You choose what you want on your left hand, and then your right hand is where you put it down. And you can go ahead and just rotate it nice and easy. If I can get it in the corner here. For some reason, even though it's green, I can't pull it. There we go. A little awkward. A little awkward doing this because I can't turn. I have to actually physically turn my head. That is really cool, though, everybody. That is super cool. To be able to just look down there. It's like a whole different experience doing this in VR than it is when you're doing it in kind of a two-dimensional thing, because you have this whole feeling of really being there. Really being there big time. There we go. So yeah, like I said, I've been working on it for about 5 or 6 days because I didn't have a cord to make it work at first, and then I had to work on all the graphics as well to make all of that work as well. And I think some people jumped the gun on it because, well, I think it was, you know, would have been smarter to have a kind of an auto detector detect what type of video card you have to optimize it for the Vive and all of that. You might notice I'm putting a whole bunch down here, and then we'll go ahead and we'll check our stats here in just a second. In just a second. I wonder if I can squeeze another one in there. A whole different building experience. Now I'm going to go ahead and use this left side here. I'm going to go ahead and push down to get out of there. And then it's going to allow me to jump back. So I'm going to aim behind me. There we go. So I can jump back a little bit. And then we'll go back in. Go back in. This really does take a lot of getting used to, by the way. The navigation. The navigation feels mostly awkward. But of course, I'm used to the PC. I'm used to the keyboard and mouse and all that. Now you might notice I'm just throwing sleeping bags down because hey, this ain't the Ritz, you know. This ain't the Ritz. I got barely any resources, and this is what they get. This is what they get. All right, so let's go look in the stats. Go ahead and hold that up so you guys can see. We've got people 5. We've got 12 beds now. We got 1 food, 0 water, 0 power, 0 defense, and happiness is 24 and rising, and our size is now way down there because we got rid of a lot of the junk that was just laying around. So we're looking good. We're looking good so far. So we need to put down some food. We need to get some water going on, and of course, some defense. Now, right now, I've only got 12 beds because, heck, I've only got 5 people. It's not like I need 24 beds to start, and of course, that takes a lot of my resources. So very early on, I shoot for about 12. Now, the reason why I shoot for about 12 is because that coincides with your food that you're going to have and that you can put down. So let's go ahead and get into food now. Crouching. We'll get that going on. There we go. How are we looking on time? We're looking good. Looking good. Now, let me actually take a moment here, everybody. Let me take a moment. Take the headset off. Let me adjust my chat opacity over there. That's starting to bug me. That's starting to bug me. So let me go ahead and turn off the gameplay here for just a second. There we go. And put my backdrop in. There we go. All right, let me go ahead and fix this real quick. I get really close. Hello, everybody. I get real close when I'm doing this because I got to go in and adjust the opacity. And I have a whole bunch of programs running in the background. Again, I will let you know about all of those programs and whatnot and what I'm using in there. There we go. Let me adjust that opacity because it just makes it difficult for me to read my chat. I'll make my chat a little bit bigger too. And again, I will explain all of these tools that I'm using and all of that. Oh, it reset. That's why. It reset. Reset my chat size. All right. Now this is called Fixing It Live on Stream. Always a bunch of fun. Always a bunch of fun to fix stuff on stream. Scroll down. There we go. Pimp of the Dead hanging out. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. There we go. 500 Kiz caps dealt out. Got that working now. Stop that scrolling. Why is it doing weird scrolling? It's doing weird scrolling stuff. Oh, it's putting that chat up there. I see what it's doing. All right. Sorry, everybody. Let me fix this real quick because that's starting to annoy me. Starting to annoy me. I gotta fix the size of my thing. Man, well, some of you wouldn't be surprised, but some of you would be surprised what you have to do to make stuff work. I have a lot of workarounds going right now. Literally like 10 programs running in the background. Allow me to see my chat. Allow me to really interact with you guys while I'm in VR. Which is actually pretty difficult to make that work. Pretty difficult to make it work. But I'm always looking to improve the stream, and I will continue to do so forever. Forever. But let me go ahead and just take a moment to make it just so. Just so. Again, I want you guys to have the full experience here. And let me go ahead and put my gameplay back on again. There we go. And stream back to my up. Okay. Now that should be much better. Much better. Don't be afraid to change your stuff, everybody. Don't get so locked in on your stream that you miss out on some of the interactivity. Because I find that to be the funnest part of the stream. Now again, I have some red tape on the ground. I'll show you all this stuff too, all the red tape and all of that stuff. How I set up my little area and all of that. In distance-wise. I'll probably throw a little bit out of that in the video. All right, let's step back into Fallout 4 VR. Get back in there. Again, let's make sure that you guys are looking at what I'm looking at. Yep, all right, looking good. Looking good. Oh, that's much better. Holy mackerel, I can really see the chat now. Okay, good. There we go. Oh, and I put my headphones underneath there again. Hold on a second. Hey guys, I will be... Oh, that's my mod chat. All right, there we go. All right, I just went in and kind of fixed it up a little bit so I could see my chat a little bit better, and that is 1,000 times better. There we go. I made the font a little bit bigger. It must have reset to a smaller font, so it's hard for me to see it with the in the daytime, the background. It's really awesome, though, by the way. I just literally have this little virtual thing just popping up in Fallout 4 where I could see all your guys' alert and everything. Like Asparrel, who did that 11 minutes ago. Sorry I missed that, Asparrel. Thank you so much for dropping the Dragon Hammer, crushing the follow button, and becoming part of the Kismet Army, unless I did say hello. Either one of those. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Again, we're playing some Fallout 4 VR. Look at this. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. Look at the moon up there. Awesome. Awesome. So we built ourselves a little house here. And again, we're going to talk a bit about... Oh! Speaking of awesome people, Steve-O Dog coming in with a 424-month resub love, taking over as the bid boss. He's now your new chat overlord. He's going to get 10,000 Kizcats if he's the bid boss at the end of the night. Let's see that hype in the chat, everybody. Let's see that hype and love in the chat for Steve-O Dog. For all the love tonight. I appreciate everybody coming in, showing the love in the stream. Big time. Big time. Adjust these things so it's not pushing on my ears. There we go. Now, I'm not actually using the built-in sound for the Vive, even though I have the advanced sound headset, because I need to hear all my alerts and all that stuff as well for the stream, because I like to take it to a whole next level. All right. So here we go. We've got 5 people, 12 beds, 1 food, 0 water and power. So obviously we need to do food and we need to do water. So let's go ahead and turn around here. Let's get over. This is really amazing interface, by the way. It is just awesome. And let's go ahead and do food first. What do we have? Do we have some carrots? How do we know? More resources required. Okay, we don't have any carrots. That's kind of awkward that it's over here. That's kind of awkward. Kind of weird. Let's see. Captain Crunch coming in, dropping the dragon. By the way, love Captain Crunch. Thank you so much for dropping the dragon hammer, crushing the follow button, and becoming part of the Kismet Army. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for hanging out. Again, if you are new to the stream, whenever I look to the right here, I'm looking at you guys in the chat. There we go. Chan, Nooski, and Chewy with the sub love in the chat. You know what? Let's dish out Chewy. Well, Nooski, give Chewy 500 Kiz Caps. Nooski, or Chewy, either one, give Chen 500 Kiz Caps, and Chewy, give Nooski 500 Kiz Caps for showing that hype love in the chat. Anybody who shows some hype love, puts at SteveODog420 in the chat, I want you to give them 500 Kiz Caps for those giveaways we're going to be doing here in just a little bit here in the stream, because I want people to, of course, have the ability to win some epic loot right here in the stream. All right, so we're going to go around the back here. Where they've already got some food, which you can see we've got some back here. And we've got some gourds. We got one gourd over here we can see. And of course it puts down half a unit of food. Let me go ahead and adjust my thing here. It's sliding down on my face again. There we go. So we've got one gourd that we can put down. Oh. Sometimes it sits funny on my face. There we go. Tighten it up. How's that? Okay, there we go. I like to be able to see it in focus, because you're going to have to adjust it to your head. One of the first things that happened when I put the VR headset on is it was pulling all the time on my front of my head, and I was like, man, it's really uncomfortable. And then I realized this top strap is the key to everything. You pull this thing, and all the weight should be up here and in the back, right? Not on your face. All of the weight should be back here, holding the bulk of this thing back here, not up here, and especially on the strap on top of your head. That should be holding it there. If you're feeling a lot of pressure on the front of your face, I mean, you're going to feel a little bit of pressure, but if you're feeling a lot of pressure on the front of your face, then you need to adjust all of the stuff up here so that it feels a lot more comfortable. Because as you can see, I can play it for hours. I can use it for hours, and it doesn't really bother me. It does have a tendency to slip down on my face, though, but I think that's just my face more than anything else. All right, so we had some stuff there. We got some razor grain. I don't like that razor grain. I like the smaller razor grain. We got some of that. There we go. Let's go ahead and put the razor grain down. This is a really wild experience, by the way, everybody. Put some razor grain down. There we go. What else do we got? We got any potatoes? No potatoes. So we need to run over to Abernathy Farm over there and grab some potatoes, because we're definitely going to need that. How much food do we got? Now 3. And we can look at this stuff and see if somebody's now working on it. Yeah, somebody's now working on it. And now we have enough food, at least for the people we've got here. Or no, we don't. We only got 3 food. Only got 3 food for 5 people. When building new food, same-day workers assigned defense-producing objects will also themselves to a new defense object up to a maximum of 6. I missed what the first thing was, but I think it was talking about food right away. So this is a pretty wild way to do this. Again, the first time I've tried it, putting down food and stuff. Pretty fun, pretty fun. All right, so we got the food going on. Oops, didn't want to get out of there. Wanted to go ahead and slide over. And we're going to go to water now. Oop. Go to water. And now we've got ourselves a water pump. Now again, it's hard. I can't move. I can't change where I'm at other than jumping like this while I'm in there. I can't rotate left and right. Right? Which kind of sucks. Is there a way to rotate? There's got to be a way to rotate me while I'm in there. Like, it would be great if it was like the under buttons, right? Underneath here. These buttons here. If I could click those buttons and rotate myself. But I can't rotate myself while I'm in there. So I have to actually get out of there to rotate myself around and look in the direction that I want to be. That is another interface thing that I would probably suggest to Bethesda to work on. Again, this is just the very first start of VR. Fallout 4 VR. I think they'll improve it, hopefully, over time to give everybody an even better experience. Oh, there's a thing I missed right there, too. There's a toilet I missed. Get it. All right, scrap that sucker. All right, so this is where I want to put my water down. And let me actually back up a little bit here. I'm a little close. Back up a little bit. There we go. And this is where I want to put my water down over here. Oh, that was my bad. There we go. Now what I'm doing is turning the controller behind me and aiming it behind me so I can back up. I learned that. That works great. All right. And now I've got my thing here, and I can use over here on the right side. I can scroll back and forth, and then I can rotate left and right here, and then we can see it rotate. I'm gonna put it down a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. Now this apparently works also in VR because I just saw it happen. Depending on which way you have it turned, is whether it will allow you to put it closer to the thing. Sturgis, working here. But it does seem a little bit more touchy than the vanilla version, right? You can't get it up as close, or can't get it as close as you can typically. Maybe I just got to aim down lower. Aim down lower? No. See, normally you can get this really close to the house, right up there, out of kind of harm's way. But we'll go ahead and just put them here, and I'm actually just going to turn them this way since we can't put it real close. So there we go. There's one, and it produces 3, so we'll go ahead and put that down. That is a wild experience right there. That is a real whole different experience than the vanilla version. And it is pretty touchy. There we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and move this way, like this. I can move sideways, which is great. And then go ahead and line up. Okay, what are we at now? Let's see. Let's take a look at our stats. We're now at 9 water. And we'll go ahead and put another one down. We'll rotate it just a little bit. Try to get it nice and close. Again, I put it over here so it's fairly protected. Now, normally I put it up against the house, so the house actually acts as a bit of protection as well against that damage. Now, the reason why do I start with 12 beds? Well, the same reason, because I'm going to start with 12 water. So that means right now I've only got 5 people, so I don't really need to have a ton of resources being used up because of I don't have a lot of resources at the very beginning. So whether you're playing the vanilla version or whether you're playing the VR version, look at that, how cool that is. Let's go up and look at these pipes. That is so, it looks so three-dimensional, everybody. It looks like you're really, really there. It is so awesome. Let's pump that. That is just too cool. Too cool. And my HP's probably went up. And then how do we get out of here? Guess we just move? Yeah, we just moved to get out of there. Okay. There we go. We're out of there. That's awesome. All right, let me catch up on chat. Steve O'Dog saying hi in the chat. Again, if I missed your comment or question in chat, feel free to throw it in there again. I don't mind because I can't scroll back in my chat. So just throw it in there again. Just make sure you put Kismet in there so I know you're talking to me. There we go. Delta Chewy, there you go. Give out that love. Give out that love in the chat. And again, appreciate everybody hanging out. Again, Captain Crunch, thank you for the follow. And again, Steve O'Dog, thank you again for the 4-month sub love. Saying hi to everybody in the chat. Again, thanks everybody for coming in, showing the love tonight. I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. I'm having a great time. I'm learning all about how to use the settlement system. It really feels like you're there. It really does. Mama Murphy! Make me want to shoot Mama Murphy. All right, so we've got 12. Now, we need some food, and we don't have enough food. We also need to save, so we don't have to do all that again. So let's go ahead and save. And let's go ahead and head out. Oh, I just noticed something. I thought it showed my little VR thing, which is right up that way. It popped up for just a split second when I was saving. Yeah, it popped up right up there in the corner. All right, let's keep going, everybody. Now, we're going to go ahead and run down this way. Now, I have a little thing that vignettes on the side, so it doesn't give me that motion sickness. But a little warning, if you have never seen anybody do VR before, you can get a bit of motion sickness. Just a heads up. And I like to run. I don't like to leap. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pick this up here. And I'm going to go ahead and pick this up and then move with it. Right over. Actually, I'm playing the vanilla versions, so I can put it way up here on the bridge. Now, why do I want to do that? Well, if I'm bringing stuff over here to Sanctuary, of course. Let me back up a little bit. If I'm bringing stuff here to Sanctuary, I want to be right here on the edge. See down there where the edge of the settlement is? I can go ahead and put this right here on the bridge, like so. And then when I come back over here, I can go ahead and use it to bring all of the resources from up over there and all from over there and drop them right here in the station, nice and easy, on the bridge. All right, let's keep going. Now let's go ahead and get our weapon out just in case something crazy happens. Let's go ahead and reload. There we go. Now, I like to keep my controllers down below so I can put my arm on the armrests I have. It does help me a lot to do that, so because I do hold on to these things for like hours. Your arms will get tired, I feel, if you hold on to these for too long. I was watching some people play it for hours upon hours and hours, and their arms were wrecked. Their arms were wrecked at the end. They were exhausted from standing the whole time. I cannot do that. You got to know, what some of your limitations are, and I try to live within those limitations and try to break out of them as much as I can. Oh, we'll get a little bit closer. Come on. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up this tire. I'm gonna take it with me. I'll run it over here to Red Rocket. I'm going to throw it down. Now, why did I do that? Why did I bring that tire with me? Well, let me show you. That's because now I can bring it over here and I can scrap it. I can get 4 rubber from that, and I can bring cones and other things. You can move various other things around just by picking it up, just by holding the middle of this kind of touchpad over here as well. So if I go over here and I aim at one of these mole rats, now some mole rats you can't pick up. Because you're
there
in.
Can be only one.
Oh my gosh, you scared the heck out of me. Oh my gosh, Chewie, you scared the heck out of me. Have the power of Grayskull. There could be only one. Oh, Chewie, that got me so good. Oh my gosh, Chewie. Oh, that was a good one. Let's see some hype for Chewie in the chat for that 101 bits. There can be only one. Exactly. Now, for some reason, I can't pick this up because it has an inventory. In the normal game, I can actually hold down E and I can pick this up and I can move these guys off of my settlements and get rid of them out of my particular settlements. Now, again, we're going to be working a lot on settlements today. I go back and forth on things I want to do in-game. And I do like to work on my settlements. So I can pick this up. But again, with the controller, I can turn it upside down. I can look inside it. I can flip it around. And then I can just throw it back down again. And then, of course, scrap it if I want to. We'll come back and work on Red Rock in a bit. We're still working on Sanctuary. So let's run, everybody. Let's run. Let's get going. Now, running does a little bit of effect on my vertigo, but I try to keep my head nice and straight. And don't try to look around that much while running. And that does help. I already got that. I think we got all this stuff over here yesterday. So we're headed right toward... Again, this clicking, so I have a tendency to have to look in the direction I want to go because it's not a smooth turn. Oh. Raz with a super loot. Now, if you are a subscriber, just so you know, you have a whole bunch of stuff in the stream store you can do. You can do sounds. You can redeem those with your Kiz caps. You can do all sorts of fun stuff in the Steam store or in the stream store. Not Steam store. That's 2 different things. The stream store, you can go in there, and of course you can do sounds like Raz is doing with your Kiz caps and have lots of fun. Here we are, for the first time in this playthrough, to Abernathy Farm. Of course, we've got, I think this is Clarabelle over here, right? Clarabelle, yeah, Clarabelle over there. She loves to get out of her pen. So I've tried it about 1,000,000 times, by the way, to take that pin down and then try to concrete her in there or whatever. But the second I take this down, she has a tendency to find her way out of there. So I don't even bother. I don't even bother to take her out of there. I leave that there and build around it. But look at this. Look how we can just walk up, almost like we could reach out and just grab the potatoes out of there, right? Just reach out and grab them straight out of there, which I think is awesome. Awesome. I hear you, kitty. I hear you, kitty. Now, I didn't bring dog meat with me because I don't need them right now. I just need to grab these potatoes. This is a whole different experience doing it this way, by the way. And here they go. I'm trying to get in my way. See? The second I start to do something, that's when NPCs try to come and get in your way. Like so. Now, I only harvest very early in the game. Later in the game, I will let them do all the harvesting. But early in the game here, I need some potatoes, and I need some carrots, and various stuff for vegetable soup. Probably should just slide sideways. That might be an easier way. Of course, that does.
Wasn't there that trader came through selling traps?
Sure, but he was charging so much I could sell him Lucy, and that still wouldn't cover it.
Blake Abernathy, shame on you. That's our daughter you're talking about.
Just telling you how it is, dear.
I love all the dialogue. Now, this takes a lot longer in VR because you got to kind of line up and all that stuff. But I'm sure I'll get used to it. All right, so there we go. We collected a whole bunch of potatoes. Now, we haven't talked to them yet. We haven't got all that stuff going on yet. We're going to run around the back here, and there's more stuff around the back that we can just grab right off the bat. You don't get aggro, which is really important. You don't get aggro, so we'll go ahead and grab some melons here. Again, you got to have your other controller out of the way, otherwise it thinks you're trying to do something else. Man, I wish I could convey how amazing the experience is. See, look, I'm telling you, look.
New here? Well, if you've got anything worth trading, you can talk to me.
All right. What's for sale?
What have you got?
It ain't a lot, but I've got a few basic supplies. Ammo, meds, that sort of thing.
All right. I'll try to look down the dialogue for you guys. Ammo and meds?
Ammo and meds. What kind of basic supplies are those?
Very basic. You want to survive out here? You need ammo and meds. So, you up for a trade or not?
Always. Let's barter. What you got? All right, let's see what she's got. Oh, she got carrots. Boom, buying that. Now, again, I have 267 caps just to start. And I want to go ahead and buy any food I can find. Here's some more potatoes. Grab those two. Oops. There we go. Now, I have this awesome mod, by the way, that goes in and modifies all of this in my modded version of the regular Fallout 4. It really is phenomenal. I think they should have did a lot more work on this and organized it in such a way that made it a lot easier to find all of the left arms and all the right arms and all the armor that you're looking for. And then the ability to lock stuff, right? You want the ability to lock stuff, especially like your armor, right? Like my army helmet, my black rim glasses, stuff like that. You want to be able to lock that so you don't accidentally take it out of your inventory all the time, which is incredibly frustrating. And I think that's about it right now that we want. And to accept it, I need to press the up. And there we go. Confirm trade and then trigger. There we go. And then on the side here, I'm going to go ahead and use that to exit, which you can see down here in this bottom part. I can exit. Nice to meet you, Connie. I'm going to steal some more of your food if you don't mind. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. If it lets me. There we go. Harvest. Huh. She's still talking to me. See, I can't grab it with this one. Okay.
Nice jumpsuit, but something tells me your style ain't gonna be catching on.
Yep.
Hey.
You wanna buy or sell something?
Not right now.
Let me know if you change your mind.
Now, just like in the real game, right now she's interrupting my ability to grab stuff. So I need to move way away from her, and then now I can harvest it. See that? What they do is they start to talk to you, and they interrupt you. So I'm just trying to stay away from her. Try to stay away from her so I can grab all that loot, and then it's like, thanks everybody, I'm out of here. Now, right over here.
To trust strangers, so maybe you should be moving along.
Oh, I'm moving. All right, now watch out here. This is a random spawn area right here, so we got to watch out for stuff that might pop out and try to eat our face. So let's watch out for that. PJs and puppy dogs. There you go, Ripley. There you go. Ed Markey's checking his loot, checking those kids caps. Wow, 7,000 kids caps. You can be ready for the giveaway later there, Ed Mark. Ed Markey's. Let's do it. Let's do it. How are we looking on our retweets? Are we getting our retweets done? Of course, the more you guys retweet, the more of kids caps you're going to get for those contents. We got games to give away. We got gift cards. We got all sorts of killer stuff to give away on stream the whole rest of the month. So make sure to tune into every stream, everybody, so you can get your chance at all that sweet loot. Now, again, look, I could pick that up and I could carry that back to the settlement. I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'm just going to go ahead and grab a lot of this. Get this out of the way. I like to use the right one here because I can see what's in there, right? The shotgun shells. And this way you guys can kind of see what I'm looking at. Sometimes I got to turn my head down a little bit so you guys can see what I got. Beer bottle. 38 rounds. There's a hot plate. Let's move our way over here. Dirty ashtray. Cigarette. And stem packs and rataways. And there we go. And we could sleep in the bed if we want to. All right, we did a bunch of stuff there. Let's go ahead and save that so we don't have to do that again. Looking good. Now, I used the menu button over on this side, and then I pull the trigger to do the menu items. Oh, what do we got over here? What do we got right here? Bobby pin. All right, we'll take that. I love how it just flies to you, too. That's kind of cool. Now, you can't scrap any of this stuff or anything here. You can't do anything with these barrels because they're not hollow. Oh, wait. Something in there I missed? No, that's just grass. That's just grass. Now, again, I could pick these up. Got a little closer. I could pick these up and try to back my way out and just walk them over here to the settlement. Or I could run them over to the settlement. And then when it's time to scrap this area...
That's close enough, stranger. We're a peaceful farm.
Uh-huh.
Oh, what's up, bro? Let's chat.
It's okay. I'm friendly. Not looking to cause any trouble.
If you say so, but be warned, we're armed here, so don't try anything. Let me tell you, farming ain't easy.
Pimping
Out in
ain't
the
easy
field
either.
All day, every day, and every minute of it spent watching your
Bump it a little
back.
bit. Exactly. How do you grow hard work?
Farming's hard work.
Won't argue with that. Blake
See if you
Abernathy,
guys can see the
you new to the Commonwealth?
dialogue and that at the same time. You guys see the dialogue and the thing? Yes, you can. Okay, good. All right. Let me go ahead and see when he does the...
Yeah. You could say that.
Good to see a new face.
Oh, I got to look down
How
a
about
little
you?
bit.
Ever think about working the land?
Yeah, I got to look down to see the thing. Okay, so you guys can see that. All right. Just making sure you guys can see what I'm seeing. Yes.
I'm sure I'll give it a try someday.
Well, good luck to you then. Maybe I'll see you at the Diamond City Market someday and we'll do a swap. Word of advice, though. If you do start up a farm, be ready to deal with the raiders. Why do all the hard work when you can just take what you want at gunpoint?
I hate reading.
Bastards. All of them.
Last time those raiders hit us, my daughter Mary tried to stand up to them. Now she's buried out back of the house. Only 21 years old, and they shot her down without a thought. That's why we need the Minutemen back. And the sooner, the better.
There you go.
There's
terrible.
nothing worse than losing a child. Believe me, I know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear you say so. I don't have much to offer, but those raiders that killed Mary, they took her locket too. It's been in Connie's family for generations. If you could get it back, it'd mean a lot to us.
Awesome. Don't worry, bro.
Don't worry. I'll get that locket back for you.
Good. Connie feels like it's a part of Mary. I don't think she'll rest easy again as long as it's gone.
All right. So we got that locket quest. We out here. I hear some action. Hear some action? Nah, maybe it's just me. All right. We're going to head up this way. Do some running. Running with your weapon out in front of you. Jump. Now, you don't have a lot of action points in this game at the very beginning. See my action points going up? I think that's super cool. Super cool. Actually, let's hit the menu real quick. That's why I can check the chat. Cuddles. Hey, C-Dub. What's up, man? Thanks for hanging out in the stream. Appreciate you guys coming in showing the love. Ripley saying, I have German, Australian Shepherd mix and a Terrier Beagle. Oh, so cute. So cute. The Sparkle Dog approves. The Sparkle Dog approves. My PJs are in place and I have the dog under each arm. Ah, that's the way to do it, Ripley. That's the way to do it. All right, let me sit up here. How we doing on time? Oh, man, we got lots of time tonight. Oh, man. Lots of time to play some games. Let's do it. All right, we're going to run up here. I'm going to use VATS. And sayonara, sucker. Comes another one. Do it the old-fashioned way, the Kismet way. Just shoot it till it's dead. All right, now let's go ahead and loot that. And loot this. All right, looking good. And there we go. Okay. Grab some loot on the way. And I think there's some more loot out here, too. That we can grab. Where does that... where's that at? Man, I haven't looked for that in forever. There's a... chest out here somewhere. Oh, hello. Free gourd on the ground. You taking that? Thank you very much. Some wild gourd. Got wild mute fruit. Nice. All right. I know it's out here somewhere. Don't tell me. No spoilers. I know it's around here somewhere. Whoop, hello. Bad dog. Now, I like to take the long shot, the head shot. That was a whole lot of missing right there, everybody. That was a whole lot of missing. Let's reload, and here they come. Let's get the high ground. Come on, puppies. That's how you don't miss right there. Get him real close. Grab his thing as he's flying off the side. Go for a body shot. Do a little sideways pistol action. That's a hit. Reload. Again, the action feels real good. It feels pretty awesome. Look at my bullet casing. So cool. There we go. All right. Well, we found some doggies. I know there's some stuff around here. I gotta find it. I know it's around here, but I don't know. Maybe it's not in Fallout 4 VR. I don't know. I know it's in the base game. It's right around out here somewhere. And we got Red Rocket there. It's right down here. In this direction. Oh, let's get some flowers while we're at it. Because, you know, hey, that's what you want to do when you're playing games is pick flowers. I already picked those. Pick that one. I think I got this one. Oh, I already did. All right, yeah, right over here. Here it is. Let's see what we got over here. Did we already loot this? Oh, we already looted it. Look at us working efficiently. We already got that. I thought I already did, but you never know. Whoa! You really get the extra feeling of jumping when you're doing that. Kismet in VR is awesome. Yeah, VR is actually really fun, everybody. Again, somebody like me, I've got mine all set up around my conditions where I can sit and play and do that without having to stand the whole entire time. The smaller ones aren't standing trippy. There we go. There's a mod that makes that water tower a settlement. Oh, really, Lux? You know what you do? If you want to go ahead and send in mod advice, what you can do is actually go !redeem, and then I think it's called suggest a mod. My mods will show you how to do it in the chat. Mods, if you don't mind showing them how to do the store there. You can do !suggest a mod. Am I right? Suggest? Yeah, suggest mod. Just suggest mod. And then space what the name of the mod is, and then we'll go into a list, and I'll actually add that to my suggested mod list and check it out. So I do appreciate that. So here we go. We've got our workbench now that we can just walk up to and transfer. And we can go ahead and just transfer all the junk just by hitting the middle button. Store all the junk there. And then on this side, we'll go ahead and grab anything else. So I face the final curtain. No, it's not time for that yet, Chewie. Not time for that yet, but I'd see you maybe just showing them. That's in another hour. But thank you for showing them how to do that. There we go. Let's go ahead and check anything else. And then, of course, we can take all of our aid stuff here. And we don't need to carry that around with us everywhere. Put that in there. Normally, I just keep stem packs and antibiotics. But I don't need antibiotics. You know why? Because I am not playing in survival mode right now. Will I play in survival mode in VR? Stay tuned and find out. I've played survival mode 4 times through. The regular survival mode and, of course, the new survival mode, which is the hardest mode in the game, 10 to 100 times harder. And I even played it in melee mode, which is the hardest way you can play the game at all. Played it all the way through the Wasteland, a little bit into Far Harbor, a little bit into Nuka World. Did finish Automatron. Which was a lot of fun. And, of course, we started a new modded playthrough right now that we're doing, of course. Then Fallout 4 VR came out, and of course we've got to test it out. We've got to try it out. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and keep working on our settlement here, and let's get it going. All right, so what do we got? Oh, I turned my light off. Darn it. Let me go ahead and get out of there. Actually, let's go ahead and what time is it? Let's go ahead and look at the Pip-Boy. Let's look at what time it is in game. It is 7:59. All right. Now, one of the things I like to do in the regular version is I like to go and at forward time when it starts getting dark, so you guys don't need to watch me play in the dark. So we're going to go ahead. How do we do that? We just slide it. Okay. Let's go ahead and forward time by about 10 hours. Unless I cancel. And we'll try again. There we go. Forward time to the morning time. And then we will be able to build in the daytime unless it does a giant storm, which it loves to do on me. So I like forward time. And then, of course, it'll drop a bunch of storms on me. See, look. It's foggy. It's foggy. I knew it. All right, let's go ahead and sleep for another couple. See, that's why I stopped at 6. So we can try to forward it. Nope, still foggy. Oh, you're such a troll, Fallout. Such a troll. All right, well, at least it's better than doing it in the dark. At least it's better than in the dark. All right, how are we looking over here? Again, sometimes I have to readjust it. I don't know what it is. My eyes, it starts to get out of focus. It starts to slide down. You have a thing that can adjust your focal length of your eyes, your IPD, your eye distance, as well as the ability to kind of zoom in and out. You got these controllers on the side that allow you to zoom the thing in and out of your brain. All right, so what else am I doing here? Oh, I should be talking to Sturgis, though. I should be talking to Sturgis about getting the settlement going. Man, I totally forgot about that. Now the problem is finding Sturgis in the fog. There's my puppy. Now, in Fallout, in the new version, by the way, of Fallout, it didn't used to happen. They used to jump to you eventually. But if you tell him to stay there, he will stay there forever. He will stay there forever. Even when you need him, he'll stay there. I'm a Murphy. Don't make me shoot you. Don't make me shoot you. Where's Sturgis? There he is, back here banging on the house. Hey, Sturgis, what's up, bro? Let's talk.
Can we trade a few things?
Or we can trade a few things. Okay, he doesn't have a question.
We can always use some more muscle around here. I know I might look like a bruiser, but I try to avoid violence myself.
All right. Okay, we don't got his quest yet. Let's go talk to Cogsworth. Then we'll talk to Preston, and that might initiate his quest for the settlement. Let's do it.
Sir, welcome back, sir. I do.
New friends.
You could say that. I made a few new friends.
Can't have enough of those these days. I realize that I'm no Mr. Gutsy, but if needed, I'd be honored to accompany you throughout the Commonwealth. Just say the word.
No, not right.
No, not now.
All right, then.
All right, Cogsworth, you take it easy, bro. All right, now the fun. Find Preston. Now, he's probably got a quest thing over his head. Let's go find him. We'll come back and do the food here in a second. I didn't actually squirrel on the food. I just realized I don't have my food quest going, and I'm adding all this stuff to it, and I could be doing that quest at the same time. Wow, this is really awesome, by the way. This is really awesome to be. There he is. Now, one of the funny things when I first started playing Fallout, everybody, third time back, there you go. When I first started playing Fallout, I actually waited forever to do the Corvega quest. I didn't know that he wasn't going to permanently walk around the thing the whole entire time. Let's go up and chat with him real quick.
Hey there.
Hey, good to see you again. I was hoping you'd show up. I should have listened to Mama Murphy all along. Pretty nice place she's found for us.
Yeah.
I think we could settle down here. Make it a place to call home. What do you think?
I lived here.
Yeah. I used to like living here. Before the war.
What do you mean? Before what war? Are you saying...
Yep, 200 years ago, bro.
I lived here over 200 years ago. I was frozen or something for most of it. Just woke up a little while ago.
Damn.
I like to look at his
one of
face.
those old pre-war ghouls. You say you were frozen. Anybody else make it out with you?
I wish they put that up higher. There, the dialogue. That'd be another thing I would like to change. I'd like to put the dialogue up here so I can look at his face at the same time. You guys can see the voiceover down there, but I'll see if I can find a way to make that happen. My son.
You need a minute?
No, I'm good.
My son. Somebody took him away while I was still trapped. I've been looking for him.
Damn. I'm sorry. I hope you find him. Let me know if there's any way I can help. Anyway, I am glad you're here.
Awesome. And here we're going to have a little quiet moment. There we go.
But I've got another favor to ask. I've had word from a settlement asking for help. There's still hope in there are Minutemen out there somewhere. The only chance to start rebuilding the Minutemen is to show people that they can count on us when they need us.
Imagine doing the castle in our
Trouble is,
VR.
I've got my hands full here. Do you think you could go help out the settlement?
Absolutely, bro. I'm on it.
I'd be glad to help.
That's fantastic. The Minutemen could use more people like you. By the
Achievement
way,
unlocked. When
if
freedom
you want to help
calls.
out around here at all, talk to Sturgis.
Born survivor.
I'm sure he'd be glad for all the help he can get.
Awesome. Oh, there we go. And then we got the Sturgis one as well. Oh, we got a level up. And we got a level up, everybody. All right, let's go into our Pip-Boy. Let's go ahead and check out our level up. Over here. We've got 2 level ups. Oh, I'm slacking. Wow, I'm level 5 already, everybody. Wow. All right, let's go over here. Let's actually turn. I actually can't see my stuff. I should be noting what I'm doing here in order. All right, so let's see. We did Scrounger, so we're going to get more food. We're level 5, so we want to try to get, let's see, local leaders at 14. We want to get that. We probably want to get Gun Nut so we can do our turrets very soon. So let's go ahead and get Gun Nut. We can do our turrets. There we go. And then intelligence. How are we looking on Scrapper? Now, I think I'm going to wait a little bit for Scrapper here. And we've got science, which we're going to need for our water purifier. So I think science is actually the better option than Scrapper early on because I'm not scrapping too much of the other stuff. I'm scrapping a little bit, but I'm going to go science first. And then we'll be able to do water purifiers, which will start bringing us in some cash. So again, the ones I started with, of course, is more ammo. And then I went local leader, so of course I can connect my settlements together, which we'll do in a bit. And then, of course, science. And then also I added, whichever the other one was I just added. Gun Nut. There we go. Gun Nut, so I can do turrets very early on. And I am styling now. I am styling. Let's see. Nice. Someone note for Kismet. Yeah, my mods will note it for me, or I'll come back and just note it after the stream. All right, let me make sure I'm aiming towards you guys. This way. This way. All right, let's keep going, everybody. Get that seated on my face well. Let's keep going. We've going to be doing a giveaway in a bit here, everybody. I'm just going to do the giveaway, give you guys a couple minutes to put in your info. Put how many tickets you want to put in, and then we will go from there. So now I need to talk to Sturgis. All right, where you at, Sturgis? Probably around the back side of the house still. Nope. Wandered off. Be in the house. Yep, there he is. Banging on the house. Let's talk, Sturgis.
You willing to do some work?
Yeah.
I'd be glad to help. Just tell me what you need.
Well, for starters, we could use some real beds.
I gotta
We've
find
been
a way to
sleeping on the
move
ground
that
for
up.
too long. Just make sure we can sleep with a roof over our heads. Some of these old houses still look solid enough to do the trick. There's a workbench over there you can use. Give me a holler if you need anything.
All right, there we go. Build shelter beds for sanctuary settlers. Boom, completed. Already done. Sturgis, come back here.
Sturgis.
I like it. Having a place to sleep will improve everyone's spirits. What we need now is a reliable source of clean water.
I'm on it.
I'm on it. Clean water coming up.
Great. Thanks again.
Bam, 100% complete. Look at that. That's because I'm a boss. Call me the
Sturgis.
Wasteland Tycoon for nothing.
Already, knowing we have a reliable supply of clean water. I hope you don't mind me asking for some more help, but our food supplies are running low. If we're gonna settle here, we'll need to get some crops established.
Now let me take a poll in chat. Would you rather me look at Sturgis or would you rather me look at the voiceover dialogue? Let me know in chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you want me to look down at the dialogue, the text of the dialogue. Or put a 2 in the chat if you prefer me to look at Sturgis himself. I'll get started.
I'll start planting right away.
Good deal.
All right. Oh, did not give me that quest, so I didn't see it pop up. I knew it was going to do that. Game troll. Game troll!
I just want to trade a few things.
All right, well, hey.
Just find a nice spot of ground and plant whatever you've got.
Oh, I haven't
Anything
planted the
fresh
food
will
yet.
be a great change for us.
I haven't planted the food yet, so let's go plant the food. Again, I like to put it back behind the house here. This is the least place that people come and attack your location. All right, so let's go ahead and hold down 2 buttons. Make that happen. Let's scroll over to... I haven't seen many people do this part, by the way, build and whatnot on their stream. I see a lot of people, they're just running through the game, that are just running, you know, from location to location, shooting stuff, but not much on the building. I keep pressing the wrong button there. Sorry, everybody. Let me go ahead and go over here and then turn around this way. There we go. Let's go ahead and get ourselves some food. Now we got ourselves some carrots, so I definitely want to put some carrots down. And this part is really fun, by the way. This part's really fun to go in and do that. Now, of course, it's got on... I wish it had to tell you how many... Oh, it does say it right there. Gourd 3. Oh, okay, cool. I must have missed that before. Then I said, I wish it told you how many was over here, and apparently it did. Now, I don't like to put down melons and all of those. I would much prefer to use mute fruit, which I don't have, or potatoes and carrots. Because potatoes and carrots I can really use. So let's go ahead and put these down. And this is a whole different experience putting them down like this. This is so wild. Now, again, you guys know my formula, right? I put down in groups of 6 only. And then I'm going to go ahead and move back a little bit because I can't quite see that one. There we go. Oh, it's too close to that over there. So we're going to go ahead and put one. Let's see. Talk to Sturgis. Got that done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that'll be 6. And then we'll go 1. Oh. 1. This is a little awkward. 2. 3. 4. But it's awesome, though. It's awkward, but it's awesome. I mean, I could... It totally looks 3D. It totally looks like I just planted that there. And I could literally just reach out and grab it. It is awesome. Awesome. All right. So we put down some potatoes. That ought to get them started. Now, again, this is going to be worth 6 food right here. So we go ahead and check our stats now. We now have a total of 6 food, but all this other food counts. Now, eventually, I will take all the melons and stuff out and only have potatoes and carrots and mute fruit here at this location. So we're doing good. We got 5 food, 12 beds, 6 water, or 12 water, 6 food. Eventually, I'll have 12 food. And then, of course, defenses we need to work on as well. So let's go ahead and exit this, and let's go talk to Sturgis again. See if we get that quest done.
This place is starting to feel like home. Now that we can grow our own food, I think we can really make a go with this. Trouble is, the more we establish ourselves here, the more of a target we become. What we need is to get some defenses set up. Then maybe Preston will be able to relax a little bit.
There you go. That's true. I'm on it.
I'm on it.
Thanks. It'll make everyone feel more secure here.
Oh, I'm getting a nuke from Pokey coming in. Thank you so much, Pokey, for showing the love of the stream. Appreciate it. Let's show some love for Pokey in the chat. Thanks for hanging out. As you can see, I'm playing some VR. Oculus is the two different Tatos, just the way it looks. Yes, Oculus. They have no bearing on the actual food produced. Great question, by the way. Let's give 500 Kids Caps to Oculus for an awesome question. I see Mr. Zombie hanging out in there as well. As you can see, depending on which food that I choose, and let's go ahead and go back into our thing here. Oh, let me jump over that way. And no, depending on which one you choose. Back this way. There we go. So if you choose this one, it looks like that. All right, and I'll pull it nice and close so you guys can see. It looks like this. You go to the other one, it looks like that. Now this one takes up more space, I think, and looks terrible. Looks like the fruit is not ripe. So I don't really like that one. I like this one. It's very skinny. It takes up less room. I can put more of it down in a smaller space. I think of things in the case of efficiency, right? That's how I look at stuff. How efficient is it for my settlement? Now, of course, it's your settlement. You can do whatever you want, but I think that's the better looking of the two, and it's a much smaller footprint than the other one. All right, so the other thing we need to do is defense, and guess what, everybody? We get to do some 3D climbing up and making a Kismet kill box. I can't wait. I can't wait to do it. Now, one of the drawbacks right now, and it's going to make me sad, so I'm not going to think about it too much, but the fact that I don't have my concrete kit right now is a little sad. It's a little sad, everybody. I can't just go in here and see my concrete kit. It's not in there. It's not in there, everybody. It's pretty sad. Now, I love the concrete kit, part of the Wasteland Workshop. I think these kits kind of suck. And I'll tell you why. Let's go ahead and grab a wall. Let's grab a wall. And then see this wall? This wall is stuck to the ground. I cannot make it go into the ground. Oh, another nuke. Jonah Birch coming in as well. Webby Duckling coming in, hosting the channel. All you guys showing some love. Thanks so much. By the way, when I'm looking over this way, I'm looking at the chat so I can see what you guys are saying in the chat. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that awesome that I can see what you guys are saying? I can see your alerts. I can see right now Steve O-Dog, still the Bit Boss. 54 bits to dethrone him and become the Bit Boss yourself. There we go. Thanks, Pokey, for hanging out. Appreciate you hanging out in the chat. Now, again, the problem with this is it doesn't sink in the ground. Like the Wasteland Workshop does, you can actually put it right in the ground and then adjust the height as you kind of go up an angle or up a thing. This way is very, very difficult. What you have to do is put this wall, you got to put this wall kind of on the low side, like say over here. And then when you attach it, it will actually go into the ground as you attach the walls. And I can't turn. That's really annoying that I can't turn while I'm doing this. I have to just bounce over this way. There we go. So what you do is you put a wall down, like so. And then, Mama Murphy, troll. And then when I put the next wall down, notice how it goes into the ground, right? Aha, I just trolled Mama Murphy, too. I put a wall in her way. Shoot you in the face. But notice if you put it on a lower area and then you try to put it up on a higher area, it will actually go into the ground a little bit. It also works when you're going around the outside edge. Now, you might say to yourself, hey, Kismet, have you ever built a wall around Sanctuary? Yes, I have. Around the whole entire thing, all the way around. It cost me thousands of resources, only to discover that the wall was absolutely useless. That's right, the walls in Fallout 4 are pretty much useless because they can get by the walls and end up right inside your settlement. So it is pretty much a humongous waste of time. So what I'm going to do is right over here build one of my signature things called the Kismet Kill Box. That's right. The Kismet Kill Box, the very first time here in VR, we're going to build a Kismet Kill Box. So we're going to go in here, and then we're going to go into the wood structures, and we're going to scroll along. Oh, this is going to be freaking awesome. Hold on, I keep moving forward by mistake here. Let me back up. This is going to be awesome, everybody. The very first Kismet Kill Box. Let's do it. All right, here we go. We're going to get some stairs. This is so... I wish I could convey to you guys how amazing this is. I mean, this really looks 3D to me. It really does. It looks like literally I can just step on the edge of that. All right, so there's our first. Now, this might mess with my vertigo a little bit, but we'll see how it goes. let's go ahead and jump a little bit. There we go. And then we'll go ahead and put another one up. Oh, this is a whole different experience, everybody. This is a whole different experience. Oh, man, this is awesome. All right, let's get up here on the top. Now, here we are looking at Sanctuary. Let's take a good look around of Sanctuary. It is beautiful, everybody. And I'll go about this far here. Now, again, this is one of the coolest things is, of course, be able to move your head and look around. Now, I try to be as still as possible. I try not to bounce my head up and down too much. But I can also use the controller here to rotate. But I got to get out of the workshop to do that. I can rotate to go around. I'm really going to work on that rotate. I forget who said that I can't adjust it. I want to adjust that so it's a lot smoother so it doesn't just jerk from place to place. But as you can see over there, we can see all of Sanctuary up here. Now, I could get even higher up, and I can't wait to build my whole entire workshop. Oh, there's a tire down there we didn't scrap. We got to get that tire. I can't wait to build my own power armor place and build my own giant settlements. This is like a dream come true. This is like the most incredible way to play Fallout. And again, Vault 111 up there. We've got the poster. This really feels three-dimensional. It really feels like I'm up high. And I have to be careful because I have vertigo. So this could be a bad, but... Oh! And of course I fall off. Of course I fall off. I would expect nothing less. The standard Kismet move. All right, let's get back over here. Let's go ahead and get the workshop back in and going. There we go. We'll back out of there just a little bit so we can move our way up the stairs. And I'm going to use this kind of little teleport thing to get me up the stairs. That'll help me a lot. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and go back to flooring. And you guys, for those who watch my stream a lot, know that I'm going to go ahead and use the small one. This is really awesome, everybody. This is the first time I've built anything in game. It is awesome. Look at that. Let me go ahead and put that down. Our very first Kismet kill box. It's so awesome. It's so awesome. I can't convey how incredibly awesome it is, everybody. Especially when you get it working really well. And then the quality of it is really high right now. It's super high. Okay, so you know I'm going to go ahead and go to these. Now, we're going to have a problem, though, because we're probably not going to have enough resources for too many of them. But there it is, everybody. There's my first heavy machine gun turret. That is so freaking awesome. Now, what is it? It's a Mark 1. And we're going to put it right here in the center. Or actually, this one we'll put it out here a little bit on the edge. Because this one, because of the stairwell, it'll be hard for it to fire in the other direction. Now, this one I'm going to put way over there. Now, I don't need to move. I can just look and then rotate it with my, I'm using the right hand over here. I'm using this controller. And I rotate it just by touching the touchpad. And then we look over this way. Same thing. Kind of awkward. Kind of awkward because I'm so far that way to press the trigger. There we go. And then we'll go ahead and turn it this way. I'm going to put it right in the middle so that it can fire in both directions. Put it right about there. Not close enough. And then over here, same thing. We'll kind of nudge it a little bit this way and put it in the middle. Now, why did I put it in the middle? Well, let's go forward a little bit. Hopefully not fall off. I'm going to fall off a lot of stuff, I think. Let's go ahead and save. Let's go ahead and save because I feel like I'm going to fall off here. And then have to do all that again. There we go. Now, the reason why I have them like this is so that you can fire, and it'll turn around and fire behind itself. It'll also fire forward. Now, when you're in Sanctuary, this spot right here is the most optimum spot. The reason why is because they come from over that way, from where the water is. That's one of their spawn points. And then down here, down this road, toward Vault 111, they also spawn down here. Now, look at these turrets, right? These turrets will turn in 360 degrees. So if some people are coming from that way or this way, of course, this will take care of this whole side. I'm going to run off without looking. There we go. That helps me a lot. Now, let's go ahead and imagine we are the raiders, right? We are the raiders, and we're going to attack this settlement from right over here. We're going to attack it from right over here. And we're going to run our way up here. Now, right about here, by the way, once those turrets detect the bad guys, it's going to start firing on me. Even if I'm really far away, I could be way back here, and those turrets are going to start firing. I can't wait to see my turrets fire for the first time. They're going to start firing down here, attacking anybody that gets close. And, of course, we're going to have 5 turrets on them right at the beginning of the game. Now, you're like, Kismet, why did you spend all this time scrapping? Why did you spend all this time collecting all of these materials? That's the reason right there. That turret right there is all you need. That will defend your entire settlement. Now, Sanctuary's pretty big, so over on that side, way over there, we need to go ahead and make some more turrets over there. But that is it. That is all you need. You don't need people in guard stations. You don't need all of that. What you need is you need a Kismet kill box, and then you are set to go. Now, one of the things I want to do, though, before I get too far, is also do a radio beacon. So we'll go ahead and run up here, and we'll go ahead and do a radio beacon. Now, hopefully I didn't use too much of my resources on that, and I might have to go buy some more resources, but that's okay if we need to do that. So let's go ahead and do a radio beacon. Now, all this, you don't have any DLC, just so you know, you don't have any DLC in Fallout VR yet. I don't know if they're going to come out with a DLC or not. I am not privy to any special information. I have a tendency to accidentally hit that trigger when I don't want to. All right, and then let's go ahead and get our radio beacon. Look at this. Oh, it's so awesome that you can just look up and put it up there. It's so freaking awesome. Oh, just like home run, you know, home run. Dang it. So dang awesome. So dang awesome, people. Somebody clip that and send that to Bethesda. You guys are just crushing it. This is the best VR experience that I've had. Of course, this is my first VR experience with the Vive, though I have tried VR in the past before, other people's headsets and whatnot. And this is probably the best way to really get into VR, is play a game that you love to play. I love playing Fallout. One of my favorite games. I have over 2,000 hours in the game. All on stream, by the way, pretty much. There we go. Incredibly fun. Incredibly fun. Now, let's figure out how do we do the thing. How do we do the cord? Okay, up is attached wire. All right, well, let's move over here a little bit. Oh, touching something there. Oh, that's my light. My light there. All right, so we can aim at it. Oh, from way back here. Cool. We can attach wire, and then up to this. Aim toward the middle. All right, and then attach wire. There we go. Radio beacon. You've powered up your first object. Congratulations. Awesome. So we got our radio beacon. That means we're going to see some new settlers show up here at Sanctuary. Eventually, we can apply them to different things that we want them to do. All right, that is super fun, by the way, everybody. That is incredibly fun. Again, I haven't seen anybody doing settlement stuff. The settlement stuff is what I love to do. And it makes me tons of money. Rad Roach hanging out in the chat. Mr. Zombie. Oh, yeah. God's building like that is a trigger. Like that is going to trigger me. There you go. Yep. I like building. Now, if I had my concrete kit, I would build what I'd call the Kismet Killbox 3.0. This is just a 1.0 version here. Basically where it's not floating, right? But in the beginning, I don't worry about it. When I'm building stuff, too, I will build stuff way up in the air and then do all the underpinnings later. All the supports and stuff later. You know why? Because if you spend doing the under part... Oh, whole bunch of bits! Big Supper coming in with a massive amount of bits. Thank you so much for those 19 bits filling up that cup. Look at them all coming in the cup. Look at them all coming in. Awesome. I can actually see my cup. You guys can't see it. I'm looking at the thing for you. Looking at the building. I might let you guys see this. I don't know. I might try to superimpose this into the stream so you guys can see what I'm looking at when I'm looking at the chat over here. We'll see. We'll see. I don't want it to obstruct the game, though. I want you guys to be able to see the game. Hey, Kismet, have you done all achievements for Fallout 4 on stream like 100%? Absolutely not. I don't just rush and do all percentages of everything. I like to leave some stuff for me to do every time I play, which allows me to play for it longer. That's why I got 2,000 hours. I got the most out of my money ever in Fallout 4. Now, of course, I have played all the Fallout series. Fallout 1, when it first came out back in the day, I used to do stuff for Interplay. I used to do their graphics and that kind of cool stuff. The guy who owned Interplay, by the way, used to drive around a red Viper. Beautiful, beautiful car, by the way. Back in the day. Webby Duckling saying, I'm doing good. Now, again, if I missed anything you said in the chat, I'm sorry. I can only see it in virtual form here, and it does scroll. So if I did miss it, throw it in there again. I do not mind. Throw it in there again. Just make sure to put Kismet in there. I will try to catch it. If you throw in a question there, my mods will try to retell me the question if I missed it. They are watching very closely on the thing. Stream, not Steam. Exactly. In the Stream store is what I was talking about earlier. I'm from Russia. Well, welcome, Bob. Welcome to the stream. Hope you are enjoying the stream here. As you can see, we're building some stuff here at Sanctuary. It's a real different experience to do building and to battle and to scrap and go around in Fallout 4 in VR. It is a completely different experience. Just like playing in normal mode is a different experience than playing in survival mode, because survival mode will allow you to play differently, or actually force you to play differently, because you have a lot more, you take a lot more damage, you give out a lot more damage, you have to watch out for your conditions, all that stuff. I'm not playing in survival mode right now, as we're getting used to playing in VR. But VR gives you a whole different experience too, because you're actually in the building and you feel like you're in the building. You feel like you're really putting this down. It is pretty awesome. It is pretty amazing way to play the game. Pretty amazing way. And I hope you guys are enjoying this. If you are enjoying the stream, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. And again, if you do have questions, comments for me, feel free to throw it in there. Winged Angel says, Fallout 2 is what I played over and over again. There you go. There you go. Bob coming in with dropping the Dragon Hammer, crushing the follow button, becoming part of the Kismet Army. Welcome, welcome. Come on in, hang out, relax. Put your feet up on the furniture. We don't care. We like it when you come in and hang out. You guys are enjoying this as well. I am having an incredibly great time. It is like, see, when you play a game for a while, you kind of know everything about the game, right? You really get in there. And for me, I don't like to do that. I don't like to rush through and know every single thing about the game. This way I can replay it and learn new things as I replay. And again, this is my 6th playthrough now. And I like to leave stuff to do. Now, when you're doing this, Raz with a rip for no reason. When you're doing this, it really does feel like a whole different experience than, speaking of doing stuff, let me say, in case I do rip, it's a whole different experience to do it this way and to do it in 3D and try to put it in 3D than to look at a 2-dimensional and trying to do 3D stuff. It is definitely a big leap forward. It's beautiful. Look at the sun going over the mountain there with all the fog coming in and everything. Oh, it's beautiful in here. Beautiful. Okay, let's get not distracted, though. All right, so we're going to have some new settlers show up because of that. We've got our defense going over there. Let's go ahead and see how our defense looks now. I have a tendency to tap the front of the thing. That's why it does that. Let's look at our stats. Come on, baby. Oh, I'm pressing too far over. Hold on, I got to get the thing out of my hand. There we go. All right, so we've got 7 people. We've got 12 beds. I'm going to try to center this for you. 7 people, 12 beds, 9 food, 12 water, 3 power, 40 defense, and now 42% happiness. Look at that, man. We went up from 23% very quickly. Now, your people need covered beds. That gives you a boost in your... If you just put the beds on the ground, you don't get as big of a boost. But you get, if you have covered beds in a structure, you're going to go get a boost for your beds. You're going to get a boost for your food and water. You're going to get a boost for your defense and whatnot to your happiness. There's a whole bunch of things that give you boosts, including things that you can put down as well. Now, we need to start making some money, everybody. And I'm going to show you guys my technique on how I do it. Now, there's a lot of ways to make a lot of money. Now, they call me the Wasteland Tycoon, and there's a good reason why they do. Because I'm going to put down a whole bunch of these suckers. Look how big they look. Look how humongous they are. Holy mackerel. In-game, they look huge. They are absolutely humongous. I'm going to put down a whole bunch of these water purifiers. Now, I can only afford 1 right now, but 1 is more than enough because that's going to do 40 water. Now, I'm going to go ahead and walk down here. If you didn't know it, Sanctuary is one of the greatest places to farm water. Now, I will literally start making about 5,000 to 10,000 bottle caps by level 5, by level 10, by level 20, making thousands and thousands of dollars or thousands of bottle caps in purified water. And by the time I am done with this playthrough, I will make over 100,000 bottle caps every few days in game. Now, do I cheat? Do I shortcut? Am I going to use third-party mods? Well, I can't use third-party mods in VR. I can't even use DR. I can't even use the DLC. But I will not do any of that. I do not cheat. I do not shortcut. I think it ruins a part of the game for me. Of course, it's your game. You can do whatever you want. But for me, I think it ruins it and shortcuts the fun of playing a game in the first place. You want to have a challenge. You want it to be a little bit tough. So you can overcome those challenges and feel awesome about it. All right, so I'm going to go down here. Let's move a little bit closer. There we go. And I like to take my water purifier and I like to put it out. Let's go ahead and jump over here to this rock. I like to put it as far out of the settlement as I can, because then I can get as many as I can. Look at how many I can run them all the way down along this whole entire area here and put a massive amount of these here. Now, of course, the more I get in the water, the more radiated I'm going to get because I don't have the thing. So I'm going to go ahead and just use the scroll thing here. I'm scrolling up with it. Again, if I obstruct something or you can't see something, feel free to let me know in the chat. I try to look at the stuff while I'm doing it so you guys can see what I'm doing. And then once you see that what I'm doing there, then I go ahead and put it down a little bit lower so you can actually see me place the real thing there. All right. Now, the problem is it's not going far enough where it's turning red. Right? Now, I need to see it be red, so that means I'm going to have to step in the water here for a minute and get a bit radiated. There we go. It's going red. And then I'll go ahead and try to bring it a little bit closer. Hope it's not letting me move it closer now. Because I'm getting radiated? What's the problem? Now I can bring it closer. Oh, interesting. I'm in the water. I can't bring it closer. Oh, there we go. Okay, I just was too far in the water. Now, as you can see, I'm actually sticking it outside of the settlement. Now, the reason why I'm doing that is so I can put more purified water stations in the same place, right? Look at this water. Look at this. Awesome. Get it out of the water. Get radiated. Look at this water. I'm going to look straight down into the water. I don't see any fishes, though. It really feels like that's three-dimensional. It really feels like it, and it looks fantastic. It looks fantastic on my screen. I know it looks a lot less because it's being rebroadcast to you guys, but it looks fantastic in the headset. It looks pretty amazing. Super loot from the Raz. Exactly. Hey, Kismet Army says Jax Wolf. What's up? Thanks for hanging out. Let me see anybody else I missed here. Steve-O, oh, dog saying hi. I love it when people say hi in the chat. There's just something really awesome about that. That's what I love about my community. They say a lot of highs in the chat, that kind of stuff. By the way, if you're waiting around for the giveaway, it's going to be in a few minutes, everybody. In a few minutes. All right, now I probably don't have enough for the power that can run this thing. But let's go ahead and try anyway. So if we look at this, how much power does it require? It requires 5. So let's see if we have enough resources after all this excellent work that we did. Oh, we do. All right, awesome. We do have enough resources. Oh, we have plenty. Look at that, man. It's like more resources than you normally get at the beginning of the game. That's interesting. All right. Then we've got enough resources, but we're not in a good spot to put the power down because we need to put it down up over this way a little bit. I like to put it up here, like so, up here on the land area. And I don't like to put it on the ground usually, but we're going to put it on the ground because we don't want to waste too much resources here in the very beginning. And then we're going to run the wire out to there. All right. So we'll go ahead and get our generator. It just looks so awesome, everybody. I mean, it really does give you that feeling like you're in 3D. I mean, again, if you can get past the technical starting hurdles of getting your VR working, it is totally worth it because it does look awesome. Okay, now again, we're going to go ahead and attach wire using the attach wire thing here at the top. And then we're going to aim it at that out there. Now, we can't see it. We'll go ahead and move a little bit closer. I love how you can use this jumping when you want to run a wire. Oh, wait, maybe it doesn't reach. Oh, I don't think it reaches. I don't think it reaches. No, I don't think it reaches. Let's go ahead and scroll up and see if we can scroll the wire. Let's see right here on the pad, I'm pushing up with my finger to try to scroll it out. There we go. Huh. It's not snapping. Okay. That's a little awkward that it's not snapping. See, that should reach. See, it's still green, still white by the time I get it there. It does, I mean, normally I've run that before and it's reached. But, hey, We'll just do what we got to do, right? We got to do what we got to do. Let's go ahead and... oh, it's starting to get dark already. Man, it gets dark. Oh, somebody's got an idea for a mod. Thank you so much for putting that idea in there. Let's go ahead and get one of these. And we'll put that in between. Right there. And then we'll get back out of there. On the left side, we'll press down arrow. There we go. And then we'll go attach wire from here to there. Interesting that the attach wire does not seem to work from this distance. I guess I got to go closer to it to attach it. Let's try it this way. That way working. Or not. See how it snaps to the top? Well, maybe you can't see it. Hold on. Let me get out of here so I can turn around and you guys can see what I'm doing. Let me back off of my rock here. All right. So yeah, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to run the wire from there to there, and it does snap. Oops. All right, let's go up here and turn around. It does snap when I attach the wire. So I hit up, arrow, and then I can see it snap there, and then there it goes, it works. So I go here this way, and then I scroll it, which normally you can do in Fallout 4, right? You can scroll it, and that's definitely close enough to get it. It seems like it won't let me snap it, which is a bummer. Which is a big bummer. All right, let's try it from there to this. Oh, okay, that's the better way to go. From the water purifier to this. Now let's go ahead and actually take this. Oh, actually the wire is much better than actually the game. The wire actually you can aim right at the wire to get it. It lets me get it. Nope. There we go. Store the wire, yes. Now I'm going to try to run it from there all the way back. I'll have to move back a little bit. There we go. And then run it to here. Yeah, okay, now it's working. Yeah, so you got to start from your purifier and go this way as opposed to going from here to here, which didn't work. Now I'm going to go ahead and store this in the workbench because that's redundant right now. So I know that reach because I've done that many times in the regular version. So let's move over here a bit. It's getting dark again, darn it. It's getting dark, everybody. All right, let's go ahead and exit. At least it reminds me to... oh, wrong button. Wrong button. At least it reminds me to save. All right, let's go ahead and run up this way. Back over here to our house. Let's go ahead. Again, I like to run and burn all my action points because I'm not really using them right now.
Hey, do you have a moment? I want...
Uh-huh.
Hold on. Hold on, dude. I'll come back in a second. Turn around. I'm not looking at you. All right, let's have a moment.
I just need to trade gear with you.
Oh, no, I missed my moment.
I'm sorry. I wouldn't be very good company right now.
Oh, okay. I don't get the dialogue with him
Just looking to trade a little.
Please, just... I need to be alone right now.
All right, well, I missed my dialogue because I was looking the wrong way when he was talking to me, which sucks. Oh, well. All right, so let's forward time again. Let's go a good 9 hours. And I'll take a look at chat while I'm waiting. Let's see. But I want to see Kismet moving, teleporting, so I guess I did something wrong. I'm liking it a lot, but not happy with the building, as I like to be able to move about. Yeah, exactly. I don't like the ability that you can't rotate your ability. You can't rotate while you're in the middle of something, right? Because it might think that I'm trying to scrap this or whatever. I don't know if it's just my inability to do it. I haven't figured out how to do it yet, or there is. 15 minutes, Nooshki. 15 minutes. VR gaming is so amazing. It is. It is actually really awesome. It is pretty amazing as well. And again, I'm looking over here. You guys see a building, but I see my chat. I have it superimposed in here. And thank you to Bob's for the follow, and thank you for Buckmin's for that mod suggestion. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Big time. All right, so we saved so we can see it in the daytime. Sun's coming up now. Let's go take a look at our water purifier down here. We've got to make that smoother. All right, so here we go, everybody. We got, wow, that is really humongous when you're actually in 3D. That thing is way bigger than it looks like when you're playing the regular Fallout 4 version. Look at this. We get right up into this sucker. And look at all the pipes, the piping, and all of the, man, it really feels like it's in 3D. It really does. And they did a phenomenal job. All right, let's go ahead and get back into our Pip-Boy workshop. There we go. And let's look at our stats now. How are we looking? There we go. Right now we're producing, we have 12 beds, 7 people, 12 beds, 9 food, 52 water. We've got 8 power and, of course, 40 defense. Now, traditionally what you want to do is you want to add the water and the food together, and that would give you your defense rating. But I have heard some people say that they actually changed that, where it's actually based on how many people you have. It's a certain percentage of how many people. Now, I don't trust that. I trust food plus water equals how much defense, because that's old school, and that's the way I go. So right now we have 40 defense. We need at least 52 plus 9, so we need at least 61, which will reduce the chance of us being attacked. There is always a chance you'll be attacked, by the way. There's always a chance. You can only bring the chance of not being attacked down to about, I think it's about 12% that you won't be attacked. So let's go up the way here, and let's go ahead and add some more defense. Now let's go look at where the other spawn point is. For your base, we got a new settler. Hi, new settler. No, I don't want to talk. No, I don't want to talk. So right out here in the woods, boom, right about here, is where they spawn, right? Now, luckily, they don't run up on your house. Let's see if we can get up here. Now, this is going to be difficult. This is going to be difficult to line myself up. Oh, sometimes you just got to go for it, everybody. Watch as I fall through the roof. Yeah, all right, cool. Made it up here. So they spawn right down there, and they try to run. Now, they also cheat, and they actually spawn underneath this kind of overhang here, right? So if you put something up really high, by the way, I built a tree house up there before. I can't wait to build all sorts of epic stuff here. Sanctuary, it's going to be awesome. Going to be awesome. We're going to do a lot of mega building and all that kind of fun stuff. But right down there, we're going to go ahead and watch out for the spawn. And they will go underneath here and be at this low level. So if you put your turrets up really high, they won't be able to, of course, hit them. So I'm not going to do turrets up very high. I'm going to do them actually fairly low and then make it really easy so we can defend as they come running through that side. And that's where they come through. Sometimes, though, depending on when you teleport back or if you walk back, they will sometimes come around that side, too, and try to come in here. But what we want is we want a kill box right here. We want to kind of move over a little bit. There we go. So we have a nice clear shot right across there. And so we're going to go ahead and work on it. Now, again, everything that I'm doing, by the way, works not only here in the VR version, but also in all versions of Fallout, whether you're on console, whether you're on PC, any way will work out for you. And there we go. So we got our ladder. And again, I start with this ladder at the start. And when you put 2 ladders together, it feels like it's floating. 1 ladder is not so bad. Not so bad. And I'll come back, of course, and then work on a more advanced version of the kill box later on. So let's go ahead and work our way up to the top. Again, notice how we're a bit lower than we were before. We're not up really, really high. And then we'll go ahead and get our small little thing again. Now, why do I use the small one, right? Why don't I use the really big one, right? Like this. And I've tried the Kismet kill box in a whole bunch of different ways. See that real big one? I've tried it in a whole bunch of different ways, and I find that using the small one here allows them to have the most angle, and you get the most out of your turrets. Instead of having just 1 or 2 turrets, 1 or 2 turrets here firing at the person, right? Because if you just put 2 on that side and 2 on this side, only 2 of them are going to fire on that side because the other ones are obstructing the ones on this side, right? So if I had 1 out here on this platform and then 1 here, that one's going to be obstructing this one. I don't want them to be obstructed. When you put them in a long line like this, all of them come to bear at the same time on that one mob. And so they have 5 turrets or 10 turrets or how many ever turrets you put there firing at them at the same time. So I use all of my turrets right here at the beginning at Sanctuary, because of course this is my main settlement at the very beginning. I will be working on it first until it is good to go. Now, let's see. I don't have enough resources right now. I need more circuitry and oil, it says. Yeah, more circuitry and oil to make any turrets. Now, I could use the lower end turret. I could use this one. I never do. That's a waste of your resources. You might as well gather some more stuff. Like, you could have one circuitry, one oil. You might as well gather more stuff for your heavy machine gun, because it's only a couple more to do that. Now, circuitry, crystal, that stuff is super rare at the very beginning. So you got to do a lot of talking to vendors and whatnot to get that going. Oil is actually fairly easy. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how to do oil. Let's go down. Look at this. You can look down while you're walking. Actually, it helps me when I look down when I'm walking. There we go. So super fun. Super fun. Let me check my chat. Oh, look out. Nushki found out the secret of the Sphinx. Awesome. Or the Spanx. One of those. There we go. FYI, you can install manually or with the NMMM, but with the manager, you will have to write a plugin list manually. There you go. Yes, I like to use the manager. The manager works really great for your plugins. And I only just started my very first plugin playthrough, my very first mod playthrough, just recently, even though I've been streaming Fallout 4 since it came out. I'm the original Fallout 4 streamer, the OG, the very first one, on Twitch when it came out. Of course, I was playing Fallout Shelter before that, another game I really enjoy. Fallout Shelter VR, wouldn't that be awesome? Hey, man, get working on that, Bethesda. That would be awesome. Imagine Fallout Shelter. Let me see a 1 in the chat if you guys want Fallout Shelter VR. Put that in the chat. If you like to go inside the settlement and manage all your people in the settlement and then send them out to the wasteland and go and do quests and stuff, oh my gosh, sign me up for that one. Sign me up for that one too. All right, so now we've got 40 water going, and that's going to come into play later. But right now, we're going to go over here. I'm going to look at the time. What time is it? A few more minutes. All right, a few more minutes, and we're going to do the giveaway, everybody. I'm going to give you guys some sweet loot right here on the stream. All right, so let's go ahead and transfer some stuff into the workshop, see if we've got anything we have to get rid of. I don't think so. We're at 47 weight there, so we're okay. Now, we've got a bunch of stuff in here. We're going to go ahead and look at our junk right now. Don't take that the wrong way. We're going to go ahead and look at our junk here in Fallout 4. We've got a lot of good stuff in here. Now, these milk bottles are worth more than gold when you're in the survival version, because you can take those milk bottles, you can take any bottles, as a matter of fact, and you can go down the water and you can fill them up with dirty water and then use them to, of course, make vegetable soup, which, of course, is food and water, which, of course, will help you with your conditions and your food and water. Now, am I going to do a survival playthrough in VR? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, lots of 1s in the chat. Yes, 1-ish. There we go. There we go. Now, if this is going to be your very first VR game, once you get it set up like I have it set up, if you have a decent machine and you've got yourself the ability to run VR and you fix all your graphics and everything, it is an incredibly great experience. Incredibly great. Now, again, you guys cannot see it as high quality as I can see it. I can see every little tiny detail in everything. I can see the rust up there. I can see all the little stuff. It looks three-dimensionally. This is actually curved to me. I can see this spinning in 3D, and it looks like it's 3D. It looks like I can reach up with my hand and grab it. I don't know what it is makes my nose itch when I've got this on. Nose itches. I blame it on dog hair. Sparkle. I blame it on the Sparkle dog. There we go. Sister Wolf saying hi in the chat. Why is your chat being blocked? Hi, something. Chat's being blocked for some reason. Josie says, hey. Hey, mods, make a note. For some reason in Discord, it's blocking what Sister Wolf just said and what Josie, what you just said back when you said, hey. Whisper that to me, whatever that is, so I can figure out why it's blocking that part of the chat. Cat sorter sounds awesome. Hilarious. Exactly. Get your cat sorter on. Get your cat sorter. That'd be awesome. Goes down the conveyor and then like one cat goes that way, one cat goes the other way. There we go. Okay, so we got a ton of stuff in there that we can use for resources, but we still need more resources on top of that. Let's get out of the workbench here. Let's get back to it. Now, I think we got our mission done, so we got to find Sturgis again, because who knows where the heck he is. Now, I also don't have my Vault Tech, so I can't track people. So I can't find where my companions are and all of that, which is going to be fun. Vanilla style, trying to find your companions. Where the heck are you, Sturgis? Probably inside again. It's probably inside again, everybody. Let's go find him. Shoot you guys just for doing that. All right, let's talk to Sturgis.
Thanks for doing that. We'll all sleep better at night knowing we have some defenses set up. It's been a long road. But yeah, I think this is it. Home. Feels good.
There you go. Glad to help.
I was glad to help.
Well, I appreciate it. Of course, you know you're welcome anytime. My door's always open to you. Windows, too. Some of the walls, actually, come to think of it. I guess I better get back to it. Take care now.
Achievement unlocked, Sanctuary. There we go. Awesome. Again, I have not done all 100%. Oh, and I leveled up again. See, if you do a lot of stuff at Sanctuary, you actually level up. I actually got level 50 at Sanctuary. Level 50 at Sanctuary before I even did Corvega. That's because I spent so much time building and doing other stuff here. All right, let's go into our Pip-Boy. Let's go ahead and do our level up. So what do we need next in our level up? Let's take a look. I'm going to go ahead and turn this way a little bit. What else do we need to get? Let's see. We got Gun Nut. We got Science, so we can go ahead and put down our stuff. Now, I do like to do Fortune Finder early on, but I would rather do Caps Collector now because we've got our water going, so we're going to be using our water. Is that the Sparkle Dog? Something just hit my leg there. Thought that was a Sparkle Dog hitting my leg. Thought he was running underneath me there. Kind of dark back here. It's kind of dark. Hold on, everybody. Did I bump my light or something? It's very dark. Hold on a second. I just realized that I'm really dark back here. What can I do? I always worry about my lighting. Hold on. I'm going to put this down in the bottom. Put that down for a second, everybody. Let's scroll up here. Let me fix my lighting. I do have another light here. Let me get my lighting going for just a second. For just a second, as we take a quick moment. How are we looking on time? Well, we're looking time for a giveaway anyway. So let me go ahead and Stealth Boy here for just a second, everybody. I'll go ahead and try to get this stuff set up and going. As I drop my controller on the ground. There we go. Let's try that again. So let me go ahead and set this up. Let me go ahead and also get it where it's not autofocusing. I must hit autofocus. Now I'm very close to you guys. I'm like up in your face. I don't know why it keeps turning that autofocus back on all the time. All right, so I just noticed that I was way back there, and when I'm way back here, when it gets to be pretty late at night, my lighting needs to be adjusted. Yeah, I'm kind of dark back here, and my background was showing up as well. So let me go ahead and plug in my extra light. I'm going to go ahead and go Stealth Boy here for a minute while I'm doing all of that. Then we're going to go ahead and do some giveaways. So you guys are going to win some epic loot and win some Kismet loot drops and all that kind of fun stuff as well here in just a minute. I'll be right back. Activating Stealth Boy. Let's do it. You guys at Kismet, you don't have a Stealth Boy. You're crazy, bro. Nobody has a Stealth Boy on Twitch, all right? I'm the only one who does. Here we go.